Welcome everyone to the JK Podcast, the only podcast that has never stolen a Steam key from GameStop.
Shut up. I am not admitting to that.
JK, I'm Ken O'Connor.
My God. Josh Brandman.
And we are currently recording on September 8th, 2016 at 10:11 and 52 seconds p.m.
Correct.
On the East Coast. This is the JK Podcast, episode 34.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
This is our first podcast post your move back to the city, yo.
Yeah, between all the moving, which honestly, that was a nightmare, just because, it's an unfurnished place.
Yeah.
And I never really have had to have extra furniture like that. Every place I've been before has either been, through the school, which is relatively furnished, or I had a furnished apartment that I moved into.
Was there nothing whatsoever?
Literally, kitchen had general appliances and stuff, but
fridge and stuff.
Yeah, all the bedrooms though, just wood floors. So, we went to IKEA and other places and bought furniture and had to assemble all the furniture. It took hours, man, a lot of hours across a few different days. But it's all finally coming together. Semester started. That's been as busy as ever. But finally, settling in a little bit, carved out some time, miss talking with you.
Yeah. So the reason, again, our podcast will be probably a little more infrequent for the future, just because Josh is back in school, like he just said. He is in the city now. It's a much different setup and atmosphere to record in, so we won't be able to record as much. But whenever we have a lot of news to talk about, I'm sure we can make time for big things like this.
I will be around.
Yes, because we have a lot to talk about today. A lot.
Oh, baby. So pull up a chair, grab some popcorn, and, I had an idea. If you take a bunch of corn and you peel it and you throw it in a dryer, will you get popcorn? So you're saying not the kernel. You're saying literally fresh corn.
Yeah, take the corn.
And pick every single one off of there.
Yes.
Does it work like that?
I would think so, because you can take an ear of corn and put it in the microwave, and it'll turn to popcorn.
Really?
Yeah, you can do that. So
can we do that?
If you take a bunch of corn and throw it in the dryer, will you just get a dryer full of popcorn?
In theory.
These are the questions we ask people.
Well, does it go because of the radiation or just the heat? Well, it has to be the heat.
No, it's the heat. The water inside expands the popcorn and explodes.
There's water? Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question. Okay, I take that back. But,
off topic.
I don't know how sanitary that is.
Oh, no. Not at all. That'd be disgusting, actually.
Also, we could try this corn on the cob theory in Pete's microwave. In the basement, that little red one.
Yes. It's our new cooking show.
Yep.
Now, Josh, do you know what's special about today's episode?
That it's episode 34.
Mm-hmm. What else?
It's 10 years. Deduct 10 from it, and you get your age.
Shut up! I'm not 24 yet.
You're right. I was like, well, I'm not 24, and I was thinking about, wait, yeah, you're not 24 either. Pete's age? No, I don't know.
It was almost exactly 2 years ago, September 4th, 2014, that we recorded episode 1 of the JK Podcast.
Hey.
And episode 2 was September 14th, 2014. So we're smack dab in the middle of our 2-episode anniversary.
I was a much happier man back in 2014.
Okay, that's kind of dark.
That's actually literally the week after I started law school, actually.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
And this is the third week or so of me in the final year of law school.
I gave you the microphone before you left for law school so we could record the podcast.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty interesting to think about, because I know some people that took some time off or were working or whatever, and they're actually starting law school, and a couple of them starting at Fordham Law School. So it's been kind of cool to catch up with them and whatnot and talk about it. And then thinking about myself, I'm like, oh my God, well, they're just starting. I'm done.
That's crazy.
It's a weird thing to think about, but yeah.
It's also cool to think about that our first episode back in September 2014, we were talking about they just announced new megas for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
So now 2 years later, we're again, reporting on a new Pokemon game. And then our second episode of the JK podcast, we were talking about the new Apple, the iPhone 6, when it came out.
Huh.
Because, again, exactly 2 years, and those things always happen secularly.
Huh.
Right?
Well,
It's kind of cool. We're coming full circle with JK episode 34.
We're clearly predictable. Next September, you can expect
iPhone
more
6
discussion
Plus
of a Pokemon
and
game.
Pokemon Eclipse.
Ooh.
Dude, if they make a third one, it better be called Eclipse.
Yeah, the key point there is if they make a third one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do it for X and Y. So
I have a feeling because they saved all the Z content for X.
That's very true based on the most recent footage we saw.
Yeah, we'll get that in a little bit.
It's just interesting that they broke the trend. But
yeah, well, they kind of broke the trend with Black 2 White 2.
Yeah, but it was still
2 direct sequels.
But it was at least like a continuation game, in a sense that was like directly related. I mean, this is sort of still directly related, but it's a different gen. I don't know.
Yeah, it's different.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah, but that's new. That's new with us, really. So, Josh, you are going on full-on school stuff now. So, good to hear that you're doing well. Good to hear the move-in was working well. Go ahead.
Potential job.
Oh, yes. Yeah, talk about that. That's big news.
So, it's pretty cool. I got a job offer a couple days ago for a tax firm in the city.
Woo!
And, so I've got another couple weeks to officially decide if I want to do it. But,
are you leaning towards the yes, the no, the maybe?
I'm like 99% sure I'm going to say yes. I just want to.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Well, they sent like a package of like with the offer officially there and like some packet of like their benefits and whatever. But they sent it to my house out on Long Island. So the thing is that like because at the time when I was applying, I didn't have this apartment.
Yeah.
So that's the only address I had. So I have to go home and like read that over myself before I actually commit to anything. But it's a really exciting opportunity, I think. And the amount of stress and pressure taken off of me to that extent is huge.
Absolutely.
I still got to pass. I got to do literally all the different examinations to actually finish law school officially. But definitely a weight lifted off my shoulder, I'll tell you that. So
that's great to hear, dude. Again, like we don't talk much about our personal lives too much on the show, but I can say that I've seen you like stressing out and working hard for this for well over the summer and even before that too. So it's glad to see that you're finally getting a real offer here, and congratulations! It's an amazing accomplishment to achieve.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's that. All right, let's get into our brand new segment. Well, not brand new, but it's been new for the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
Questions, icebreakers, and feedback from previous JK episodes. The JK feedback. Ooh. Josh, why don't you read our only feedback from episode 33?
Yeah, our only feedback, people. Come on. No, I mean, you can comment if you want. You don't have
any kind of feedback. You don't have to. If you don't have to. We appreciate all feedback, comments,
we appreciate it. We encourage it. So this one we've got from Mr. Snap On Tom 88. So apparently, if I remember correctly, I was questioning, I guess, about the name.
Yeah, you questioned.
And so the 88 in his name is the year he was born. Makes sense. And also is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number. Fair enough. Big NASCAR fan. Also, would you guys ever consider having guests on the show? Now, to pause right there, to answer that question for myself, that's really not up to me necessarily, because one of the big concerns is like the mic quality kind of issue. But if that's something like in person, like come over and record, like that's different.
Well, if we ever had a guest on the show, yes, we have to make sure they had a good microphone recording. Like, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it can't be like I have some kind of standards for the quality, so we would need the guests to have a good microphone. But I think more importantly is when you and me do this, it's just you and me. Like, we pick a time, like we can kind of make it to get a guest in there and balance a time when the guest is available along with you and me.
Mm-hmm.
that's even more difficult.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, aside from even the timing of that, I mean, also, depending on who the guest is, like, they physically, like, go over to, like, you or something, that solves the quality issue. But, yeah, it's true about the timing. So it's kind of complicated.
Plus,
but
you and me record it, like, very, like, it's 10:21 p.m. at night
Yeah.
right now. And, like, sometimes we record in the morning on Sundays, sometimes we do late at night. Our, like, schedule's all over the place. So, like, nailing someone down, like, it's doable, but it's more of a hassle right now.
I think it's out there as an option, but I wouldn't say bet on it. But
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, and plus, because our show covers such a wide range of content, unless the person on the show can, like, add a little bit here and there, I don't want, like, us to go into a Steven Universe talk and they can't add anything for, like, an hour and a half. Because that's all we talk about anymore.
We need to get off of that.
Well,
oh boy,
it's done now, so.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, also the other part of this question is related to you, Mr. Kenneth. There's a question for you saying, when are you going to unbox anything that's not Pokemon related? He loves the videos, don't get him wrong, but, you know, he's curious.
I have over 30 amiibo, like, in the corner over here that I have not unboxed yet. At this point, I'm going to do, like, a big, like, just every amiibo from 2016 unboxing video, I think, at this point, because I have...
Like, in one video?
In one video, just, like, do them all, because at this point, no one cares seeing the Wolf Link amiibo that came out back in February or something like that.
That is actually incredibly true.
Yeah, so I might as well, like, here's every amiibo from 2016. That just, it's a little bit more like you can see what's come out so far. Mm-hmm. And plus, we have a new amiibo on the way. I just pre-ordered all the new amiibo today, so... But yeah, I have the amiibo to unbox. I have 2 loot crates I never unboxed. I have my copy of Secret Hitler finally arrived from Kickstarter. It's in a really nice wooden box. I want to show that off as an unboxing video before I fully open it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I have other things in the pipeline. Just I haven't had time to do full-on unboxing videos in a while.
Okay, your unboxing fan base is growing upset.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The Pokemon unboxings were doing far better than everything else. So I started just focusing on that for a while. But you never know.
Now, I also have a question that comes from Snap-on Tom that is not written here. But he has some apparent figures that he's wondering if you're interested.
What kind of figures?
Related to said Vocaloid genre. If you are interested.
I'll have to say no for now, just because the last one I did with the Vocaloids didn't do as well. I don't think the channel is really aimed at the Vocaloid audience. I'm checking right now how those did. Hatsune Miku. Like, the first one we did really well with that one figure, and then we did a second video that just didn't get that many views. Yeah, like, the first one we did got nearly 867 views for that one video, and then the second one we did only got... Oh god, I unboxed too many things. Only got 168.
I mean, to be fair, that's still a decent number for our channel.
Oh yeah, it's still decent. Just there was a definite drop off, so I didn't see a need to do more of them anytime soon.
I guess the message: just keep it in your prayers.
Yeah,
and but maybe.
Yeah.
He appreciates. Also, to close, he thanks us for answering the questions, and he is donating to the channel again. Which, by the way, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for that. It's obviously not needed, but it's very much appreciated.
It's really incredible. So actually, just thank you. I mean, it's kind of all the donations, I assume, they really go to the different things that you would see or hear or whatever on the channel. Like, honestly, it mainly goes to just improving the content. So, you know, it's never that we ever ask or beg for, like, donations or whatever, but they're incredibly appreciated. So thank you very much, Mr. Thomas. It really does mean a lot.
Yeah, it does, especially since all the equipment and stuff like that from, like, day one has been out of my pocket. So any kind of, like, help like that, like, the videos make a good chunk of change here and there, but any donation is always very much appreciated. It's never required, though. Don't feel like if you watch the channel you need to donate, but if you can, it's very much appreciated.
And technically, I guess some of the money now is going towards maybe buying that new NES, mini NES. In theory.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Aw. We should play that, though.
Oh, yeah. It'll make recording NES games easier, technically.
True. Anyway, yeah, so thank you again.
Yeah.
And thank you for your response and or question. And
yep. And remember, guys.
So remember, feel free, comment, ask questions, anything like that. And if we feel that it's pretty good to say on here, and it's not literally just like first, then we can, comment on it. And
as long as it's not first and when's Minecraft.
So yeah, I mean, we'll bring it up and give you a shout out and everything. So it's a way to get interactive. Even if you're not technically like a guest on the show, you become a guest on the show in a sense. So
exactly. Plus,
like we've literally been talking about your comment for like 10 minutes or so. So, or maybe it's like 5. But either way, so you do get your moment of fame. So it's kind of cool.
Plus, it's a good way to get like topics in that we wouldn't normally talk about.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of topics we normally don't talk about, I'll take this opportunity super quick before we get distracted by anything else. A little sports desk update.
Joshy's little sports desk.
I would just love to say in the basketball, the NBA countdown, we are under 50 days to go till the basketball season starts. Very hyped. Also, with regards to football starting. I don't care about football, but it's starting like tonight or like right now. I don't know.
Joe, my brother and my dad are watching it right now. It's happening.
See.
It started.
Also, on baseball news, winding down last month of the season, getting really intense, by the way, because we've got the Mets are now leading in the wild card chase. The Yankees are surprisingly hanging around. Pretty interesting. But I do think the Blue Jays are still going to win the American League East. But the Yankees have a chance for the wild card. So, really interesting because no one thought they'd do anything. But yeah, so it's getting pretty exciting for this last month of the season. If you like the Mets or the Yankees or Blue Jays or whoever. So that's it for sports.
Awesome. You kind of snuck that in there on me. All right.
Hey, man.
You're an all-star.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, like we said at the top of the show, we have tons and tons and tons to discuss today. So we are going to run through the what we've been playing and TV segments as quick as we can. So, Josh, in 10 seconds or less, what have you been playing?
Gotten back into League. Played Hearthstone. The One Night in Karazhan expansion is fully out now, so go get it if you want. Very nice set of cards that you get with it. Very fun little solo adventure mode that they came with it. Pokemon Go, level 26, halfway through it. It's been tough to play with school, but I still turn it on occasionally, walking around, whatever. Also, not have been playing, but I'm about to be building a PC really soon. Literally bought all of the parts. I'm waiting on one more to come in, and then I'm waiting to get my copy of Windows 10 for it. But then it's all literally set to go. And as an added bonus, treating myself slightly, even though it's already treating myself with the entire computer. I bought the Xbox One Elite controller.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Talk about this.
That is a behemoth. That is $150.
At first, I got really confused because you showed me that. Like, oh, he bought an Xbox One, huh? I'm like, why did he buy an Xbox One?
No.
He's building a PC.
But, I understand the fact that I have to learn keyboard for, like, probably shooter games. But aside from that, and or in the meantime, this controller is a godsend. Like, okay, so I got to try this controller out at GameStop initially because they had like a returned one or whatever. Like the seal on the box is broken, but then someone returned it, so they like really didn't use it much. So they were selling it for a discount. So I was like, well, I get really picky with that kind of stuff, but I was like, if I could check it out. So they took it out of the box for a second to show me and like if I liked the quality of it. The problem is I could tell it was really used, so I didn't want it. But I got a chance to hold the controller and stuff because people really don't have this controller. Yeah. And no one ever has it out to test it. So, it's one of those things like $150. Like, I don't want to just buy that and not know how it is. So I literally got to hold it in my hand. And I was feeling it. Like, I felt like little paddle things in the back. Those, by the way, they look like they're a little like cheap and gimmicky, whatever. Those feel really nice when you're pressing those. It feels like you're pressing a button.
Really?
Like
Okay, I've heard kind of mixed feelings on those things.
No, people say the thing is you got to get used to it because, you usually grip in with your fingers, but now your fingers rest on those things, so you can't grip as hard, like in that sense. But it's also interchangeable. Like on theirs that they had, all four were just put in by whoever took it out of the box. But I mean, I got to see how many I'd realistically use. Maybe only one or two, but it felt really cool. And the grips on the back, which, by the way, they put similar grips, but not as good of grips on the new Xbox One S controller that they released with the system. Mm-hmm. But it's similar type gripping. This one's a little better, but the grip does really have a big effect. Also, the bumpers and triggers feel much nicer. They're better quality. They don't click. They more just push down. Very nice. And the bumpers are slightly longer, which no one talks about, but they're slightly longer to where it's a lot easier to press. So it's actually a lot more comfortable in your hand generally. Okay. So it's really nice. Also, the interchangeable parts, if you ever want different D-pad or analog sticks, you can also fully customize what buttons do what and the sensitivity of whatever, and hair trigger things where your trigger doesn't fully go down through a thing that works on Windows 10. So you hook it up to the computer and you fully customize everything. You can even customize the light for the Xbox button, apparently.
That's crazy.
You can't do anything with like the face buttons on there, or the whatever, like the letter buttons. But yes, you even have the different preferences. It's just actually a really nice controller. Like, it's a premium feeling controller. Like, I felt it myself. It felt like a premium controller. It's a little heavier too, but
cool.
It's just, I literally bought the 2-year warranty extra at Best Buy, because Microsoft only gives a 90-day warranty, and then if it breaks, you're like screwed. Yep. So I bought a 2-year warranty from Best Buy where they basically even replace like wear and tear. So honestly, at the end of my 2-year thing, I'm just going to get a new one, like whatever. So I would do that because it's expensive and you don't want to just burn your money for nothing. Yeah. But I'm actually really excited to check that out. Once I build my computer, I'm going to try it because I still literally have it in the box on my desk. Like, I'm not even bothering opening it until I build the thing.
But you better use that for Afterworth Plus.
You got it, man. I'm excited.
I was so happy when you sent me that picture of you playing Afterbirth with the Xbox One controller to begin with. Yeah, and it was fun. And it's a good game. I'm looking forward to it. My computer's going to be an i7. It's going to be running, man. I mean, it's not the super high quality graphics card. It's a very nice graphics card for right now. It'll run ultra high settings on every game out there right now, pretty much. It's just, there are better ones out there, but I'd rather not spend like $500 on a graphics card. So I spent $300. Gotcha. Still a lot. But yeah, so it'll be a nice computer, man. I'm ready. Cool. Anyway, nice. That's it. That's it for me. Okay. For me, real quick, more Overwatch. We're in Season 2 now of the competitive mode. I am ranked Platinum already in the competitive. Nice. I'm doing really well at it, actually. A lot of fun there. We're still waiting for the new character yet, which is not out, but we got a new map, a German castle town, which is really fun to play on. So Overwatch has been amazing, as always. I started Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, the third game in the Phoenix Wright series. The new Phoenix Wright just came out today, actually. So I've been going through the series again, trying to catch up to it.
Now, is that a collection, or that's just the new one?
Trials and Tribulations is the third game. Okay. And today, I don't know what the new one's called. Spirit of Justice is the new one. That's technically game 6 of the franchise. So gotcha. This is the third game on. Really fun. Playing through emulator, and it's fun. You're a lawyer. Yeah. Okay. And I'm also continuing my Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke. It's been on the channel. It's been updating the last 3 days in a row. Yeah. Really fun. A little bit jarring to get back into that after almost over a year of not playing it. But back with the whole crew. Haven't lost anyone since I got back. So it's been fun. I love nice. Again, I love Pokemon Silver. It's my favorite of all the Pokemon games. That honestly used to be my favorite game. And then I discovered Pokemon Ruby. But it was good while it lasted. I don't know, dude. Gen 2 always has that. Like, I love Gen 3, but Gen 2 is so much better. You know what it is? Because you and that Mareep into the Ampharos. Gen 2 gave me all my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, see. And it gave me going back to Kanto. Ironically, if Sun and Moon takes us back to Kalos, Sun and Moon will be my new favorite. And everything they've shown. It'll beat it.
Ironically, though, now thinking about it, my favorite Pokemon arguably is Apom from Gen 2.
Exactly. It's the best gen.
At the time, Ruby blew it out of the water, in my opinion.
Too much water, 8 out of 10.
That's true. It was 7.8. But, but then I thought, oh my god, Diamond is really good. But then I thought Ruby's still better than Diamond. But then, after playing Pokemon X, I was like, oh my god. So Pokemon X, in my opinion, greatest Pokemon game so far to date. Not even close. It is fantastic with the amount of features.
Really quickly, if we had to rank all 6 gens from favorite to least favorite, for me, it'd be Gen 2, Gen 6, Gen 4, Gen 1, Gen 3, Gen 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which one was second to last?
Gen 3.
Wow. That's rough. Okay, so I would say...
Well, it's almost unfair, because I don't hate Ruby and Sapphire, but, in my mind, Gen 1 is precious, so I have to put a little bit above that.
No, I get it. I mean, honestly, I don't hate any Pokemon game. I really don't. I would say my favorite, from favorite to least, it would be Gen 6, then it's a toughie. I would actually say Gen 3, then Gen 4.
Okay.
Then so 6, 3, 4.
You have 1, 2, and
then 5. Oh, this is tough. I might have to do it too. I'm sad. I'll put 2, 1, 5.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Because basically 2 in my mind is better than 1 because it has 1 in it, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
It took what was good from 1 and added to it, sort of. And 5, honestly, I don't mind it at all. The fact that it's least on my thing, I still very much enjoyed playing that game. I loved a lot of what it had to offer. But when you stack it up against the rest, I don't think it compares.
Gen 5, in my opinion, it had
the best story.
It had the best story, hands down.
Yep.
But they it was showing the age of the DS.
Yep. The UI wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
The UI and also the graphics a bit.
Yeah. And they added a bunch of new features. I feel like they didn't fully explain, or they weren't introduced naturally.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the Dream Radar thing.
Yeah, that was weird. I like that it was based off New York, but there were so many Pokemon that I'm not a fan of Gen 5. And some of the gimmicks that just don't make sense to me. I remember when we saw the list of Pokemon that finally came out. I thought I forget their names. It was Excelgor.
Excelgor, yeah.
Yeah, that evolution. What's the?
It's a weird evolution line because you trade it with the one and you get the ninja one. That is the ninja one. Excelgor is the ninja one. You get Escavalier.
Yeah.
Is the other one.
Yeah, I didn't like the evolution line. I felt I saw Sigalith, Yamask, and Yamask and Cofagrigus. That looks like one evolution line to me too. And the fact Sigalith is his own thing. I'm like, oh, okay. The fact that Buffalant and Alamomola, I hate Gen 5.
And then
Alamomola are not evolved forms of Love-Disc and Tauros. I get they're trying to reboot the franchise, but that's not how you reboot the franchise.
Which is why they did it a lot better in 6.
Yeah. Well, no, I feel like 6 wasn't I feel like anything 7 is more of a reboot.
Well, see, that's the thing. I thought at the time 6 definitely was a way to get people back into it because they released megas of Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise. You get that starter.
It definitely played on the nostalgia factor.
But then this one is just taking that to a whole new level.
Well, so, I feel like Gen 5 lost so many people. Gen 6 was please come back. We're on the 3DS now. We'll do better. And even then, Gen 6 is not perfect. And now Gen 7's yo, we're back. Suck our...
Well... They did make that mini series with the Japanese kid moving to Hawaii. I watched episode 2.
How great is that, right?
I was moved to tears. No, I'm kidding. You probably were. But
Well, was that the first time you saw that? Because that came out months ago in Japan.
yeah, I first saw it like a week ago.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway. So that was a long time to be short on what we've been playing.
Yeah, but that's what we've been playing. There's gonna be a lot of Pokemon talk, so might as well sprinkle it out throughout the entire episode.
Sure.
All right, TVs and movies. Josh, are you caught up on One Piece?
No, I have not had the time for pretty much anything.
Okay.
So
we're still in the Zoe arc. It's been amazing. The animation quality has been top notch. We still don't know where Sanji is. Dun dun dun. All right. Most recent Adventure Time in Steven Universe. I don't think there's been a new Adventure Time in a while, so that's not an issue. Steven Universe. The summer of Steven is over. Josh, did you watch those episodes that you skipped by accident?
Yep.
Did you like that whole thing with Lapis and Peridot?
I love Lapis and Peridot.
I want just full episode.
I will ship them.
If Peridot and Lapis don't fuse, I will riot. Because Peridot so desperately wants to fuse, but she's afraid to, for her first time.
Yeah.
And Lapis is in an unhealthy relationship with fusion because of the whole thing with Jasper. I feel like they're the perfect couple to resolve their issues with each other and fuse.
Well, as Charlie Puth brilliantly, almost more or less stole, he said, "Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on." So, yeah, I think that's what they need to do. Yeah. So Steven Universe.
Yeah. You didn't watch tonight's episode, did you?
No.
Oh my God! Tonight's episode. Pearl is a completely different character to me now.
Done tell me.
Don't tell you?
Don't tell me.
Okay. Pearl got mad game, yo. Mad game.
Yo. She probably picked up Greg's brother. Greg's younger brother.
No.
Named Martin Universe. That would be traumatic in so many ways.
Martin Universe.
Marty.
Oh God, it's Marty.
Janet. Marty. What if Pearl's name was actually Janet? She gets a job at a retail store, has to come up with a name, puts Janet.
Have you seen any of the episodes from this season yet, Josh?
I've seen the first 5.
You saw Kindergarten Kid with them catching the that gem monster.
Correct.
Know Your Fusion, which was a huge letdown episode. That was stupid.
That was actually pathetic.
Was
though
horrible.
I thought it would be bad, but this was worse.
Yeah. Buddy's book with them finding the book about...
Yeah, that was pretty underwhelming too.
Only thing interesting at the end with Rose and her 6 lions.
True.
So something going on there.
True.
Mindful Education. Oh, we gotta talk about this one. Mindful Education with
The perfect cutout.
What?
What?
No, this is with Stevani.
Oh, that was weird. I don't know.
Only thing that was cool was that entire song sequence. That sequence is beautiful, and that was done by a separate animation company. That was done by... Where is the company?
It was actually done by the JK podcast.
No. Studio Trigger, which is known for... Okay, nothing that I don't think anyone would know. But it was a Japanese company that did that scene, that entire song sequence. And you can tell by the animation was very different. But it was very, very beautiful, too, I thought. Very powerful episode. And Steve Vonn's getting more and more powerful because she can float now.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then we had Future Boys Ultron. Did you watch that one?
Yeah.
I feel like you really liked that one.
I kind of did. It was Mr. Frowny, man. And his name is actually, it's Quentin.
Yeah.
But, I love Mr. Smiley. Which, by the way, now it really puts into the picture when he's like, yeah, I did comedy, too. You did comedy, too?
Yeah.
And now that literally revolved around the comedy. Honestly, I didn't see that coming. But,
every now and then they have these episodes about, the minor characters that just hit you like that. It's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I found it interesting. I did like it generally. I didn't like the fact that no one knew it was Steven in the thing, but
yeah, that's just
especially Sadie. But I liked when he got really confused and didn't know what to say to these people. Oh, the one line I thought was really funny as like a quick throwaway line was this random like almost like business guy. This business guy goes up to him, and like it's like a series of shorts of like Steven just trying to answer these people's problems or whatever. And he's like, what's the name of the robot?
Zoltron.
Zoltron says, "That's for your doctor." That was a good line. I had a little laugh at that one. Yeah, that was good.
And then tonight's episode was the last one out of Beach City. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but very, very good episode. And next week's episode is called Onion's Gang, where Steven finds out about Onion's secret friends.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
wait. Oh my god. When Onion came up to the thing and Steven was like, Voltron says, "You can go to jail for that." Onion leaves, comes back with ski mask, proceeds to go inside the arcade with a crowbar. Okay, really, when I saw that, I figured, oh wow, Onion's like, man, goes back like almost like a swiper situation from Dora. And then he comes back with the ski mask. I was like, no way.
I love Onion so much.
He just literally hit up the arcade.
And again, they don't overuse him. They're doing him justice.
I know. Oh my god. By the way, you should actually check your phone. This is hilarious.
Okay.
You have to see this.
All right, I'm on my phone.
Did you get the notification?
Josh Ram mentioned your comment. Okay. Loading. Session expired. Please log in again. What? Oh, Facebook just crashed. 1 second. Let me check my... Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, the Magic Carp. Yeah, it's not that.
Okay, anyway. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, Steven Universe, hilarious. Onion, greatest character of all time, silently. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Josh, no new movies or TVs for you to talk about from your segment. Let's go right into mine. I've been watching The Strain, that vampire show. I'm watching it through Hulu. Season 3 just started.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Not that kind of vampire, but good. I like you for trying.
Fair enough.
Very, very good show. They're a little bit heavy on making sure every single culture and race and like be as diverse as possible.
That's how it's got to be, man. It's 2016.
No, but it hit me today. I was watching an episode like today, and like I noticed like the last couple episodes they added in every other like race they were missing except Asians. I'm like, okay, at least they don't have Asians in the show yet. And then one of the characters was like, okay, let's go see Mr. Wu. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. Like I was thinking it as they said that. I was like, you gotta be. But excellent show. It has a little bit of like the Walking Dead issue where like the vampire parts are cool, but like the people like fighting with each other are kind of boring. But
I thought you were just gonna say that you hate the kid and want to kill the mom.
No, that too. No. Here's the thing. It's exactly that. There's the main male character who's always making mistakes. He has a whiny, bratty ass kid, and he has the mom who the mom dies, just like in The Walking Dead. Like it follows so much of the Walking Dead formula, but does it so much better.
Okay.
So I'll talk about that more in later shows, but I'm on season 2. It's excellent. 13 episodes each per season, so it's a quick watch.
Okay.
And I saw Yoga Hosers. I went to the Kevin Smith premiere last week. Bad movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you know who Kevin Smith is, you know what Yoga Hosers is. I saw it. I laughed the entire time. It's a bad movie, but I saw it.
Yoga Hosers.
It's the second of the True North trilogy by Kevin Smith.
Wow, yeah, no idea. Okay, anyway.
Starring his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter. And Johnny Depp's in the movie, too.
Wasn't Johnny Depp the one that was sort of dating Katy Perry?
No.
Or is that Orlando Bloom?
No.
No, one of those.
I don't think either.
It's Johnny Depp.
No, you're thinking Russell Brand.
No. They got married and then they got divorced. Come on.
Yeah, but Johnny Depp and...
Keep up with your Katy Perry, man.
She didn't date either of them.
Yeah, wait. They were...
No, they've both been in relationships with wives for years now.
No, Katy Perry, she did this thing, I swear, yeah, it was Johnny Depp. They were like canoeing or kayaking, and the whole story was that literally Johnny Depp just like, I think it's him, whoever it was, literally decided to just take off all his clothes while she's sitting there, and he's still paddling. I'm like, what the heck?
No,
it was a really bizarre situation.
Katy Perry, Johnny Depp.
Oh, it's Orlando Bloom. They're
There
the
we
same
go.
guy.
No, it's
okay,
not.
to be fair,
Didn't you have this problem before?
I did.
Where you thought, yes,
I did.
You thought Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp were the same person.
They are the same person.
Okay, no, we're moving on right now. I'm not even, no.
But literally, anyone can look it up. If you just literally search into Google, Katy Perry kayaking, you will see the picture. It is there. It is also highly disturbing because he's clearly trying in a very upfront and open way, and she don't even care. So, oh God, wow!
I hate you so much right now.
My boy Drake, though.
Stop it! No, we're not doing this.
Yo, that Drake and his speech, and he's loved Rihanna since he was 22. Yo. And now apparently they're sort of dating because she like responded positively. Wow. I got to give it to my man because I apparently look like him at times, though it's a little hard to see probably, and people will very much disagree. But some people do say I semi look like Drake at times. So I'm just putting it out there. My boy Drake, very proud of you.
I have no idea how to respond to any of this.
Anyway.
Okay, let's move on.
The listeners will appreciate it. So there you go.
Let's move on to the bulk of our show. We have 4 big segments here to break down and whatnot.
Yeah, we've got number 1. We're talking about Katy Perry and her new
Shut the fuck up!
Oh my God!
I love Katy Perry. You love Katy Perry. The world loves Katy Perry.
Now, here's the question, though. You love Katy Perry, but do you know the name of her cat?
Yes, Kitty Purry.
Thank you.
Everyone knows that.
Fair enough.
That's Big Dick B.
What?
Did you not see that Pokemon Go video from a while back?
No.
It's like it's this guy and this girl like being like interviewed by a news like so it's fake, but like the guy's naming the Pokemon like I know all these Pokemon. He's naming them incorrectly. That's a floor shit. That's 3 floor shits.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That's Pikachu. But everyone knows Pikachu.
I like that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Okay.
All right. So starting off the month of September. Oh wait, no, we're not doing that. We're doing it out of order.
You remember?
Okay, so yesterday, as time recording, Sony had their big press conference.
Correct.
This was long awaited. They announced it a couple weeks back.
Well, it was only like 45 minutes long from what I read.
Yep. Oh, no, I didn't say not a long running time, just long awaited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they did not announce for months that we've had the PS4 Neo being rumored and leaked and whatnot. They did not show it off at E3. They said they were going to announce it in September, which they did with the PS4 Pro. Yep. And the current PS4 is getting slimmed down. It's still being called the PS4. They're not adding any kind of extra letter or anything. It's the PS4, but it's a slimmer model, and they're taking $100 off the price.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of this? Did you get to see any of this? Or?
I didn't watch it, but I've been kind of reading through different things as I'm trying to pull up those things I was trying to read before. Mm-hmm. But from what I've been hearing, the PS4... Yeah, I think the PS4 Pro is kind of flopping at the moment.
It is flopping. Okay, there's a big issue with what... really, it's Microsoft that's causing all these issues. Not that...
you can't fault Microsoft for trying to compete.
No, I'm not faulting Microsoft. I'm faulting that people are comparing to Microsoft, which is why the PS4 Pro looks so bad. So...
okay.
No, just hear me out here. So
I'm hearing you out.
About a month ago, the Xbox One released the Xbox One S, the slimmer model, 4K, all that good stuff, 2 terabyte hard drive for limited time, all that. It was their answer as a console like between this and the Xbox Scorpio. Mm-hmm. The PS4 Pro is being compared not to the Xbox One S, which is it's pretty much the opposite of. It's being compared to the Scorpio. So the PS4 Pro announced that it has 4.1 teraflops, and Microsoft comes out like, oh, well, our Scorpio is going to have 8 teraflops.
Well, 6, but yeah.
Well, 6, yeah. But that they're not competing against that. But at the same time, then they're saying, oh no, we're competing with the Xbox One S. But the Xbox One S has bigger hard drive than the PS4 Pro, and the PS4 Pro can't play 4K Blu-ray discs, but the Xbox One S can. Sony, that owns Blu-ray, doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player.
See, you can't put any fault on Microsoft for that. You can't even put them in the conversation.
Again,
they dropped the ball.
No. Again, I'm not blaming Microsoft. I'm just saying, like, the only reason the PS4 Pro looks bad is because it's being attacked by the Scorpio from up front and the Xbox One S from behind.
Which, wow, that's an interesting picture you've just painted for everyone. But
well, that's because that's really what it is.
No. I just meant in the very inappropriate graphic sense. But
like that. But okay.
So no, but here's what I have to say in my opinion towards that. The thing is that when PS4 and Xbox One came out, however many years, apparently it's like 4 years ago now.
Yeah, almost.
That's crazy actually to think about. But when they came out, they were directly competing with each other, right? And the whole thing.
2013. Came out 2013, so
okay, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that makes me feel better about my life actually. Okay, so I'm like, wow, 4 years ago. But yeah, so they were competing directly with each other, and PS4 basically won out because of its better launch session, what it had to offer, the graphics where it was actually running pretty much at 1080, while Xbox One was roughly at 980 or 971 or something.
Yeah, both consoles were struggling to get to that full 1080 at first.
The thing is, though, it wasn't perfect, but basically PS4 had the better game lineup, and they had the better launch, they had a little better specs, and people went for it, went nuts. Now, this time around, it's almost like both companies are like, all right, we see the change technology, we need to step it up. So now that we have official talks about at least the Xbox One S, I mean, the Scorpio is kind of a mystery still, but we have the Xbox One S, and we have slimmer PlayStation, and we have the Pro, and a little bit of Scorpio. So in comparing all of them, I think it's valid to compare the smaller version of the PS4 to the Xbox One S, because it's the Xbox One Slim, basically, compared to the slimmer PS4.
Yeah, but the Xbox One S, they upgraded it so it could handle 4K. They added,
correct. That's what the
PS4 Pro is.
I'm just saying, in theory, you would think it compares that way. But then, sure, so you say that now the Pro compares with the Xbox One S. Now, if you look at then what the Pro offers compared to the S, the Pro does offer the VR support, right?
Well, because they have a VR headset, yeah.
Now, the thing about the Pro is that, it's supposed to be very powerful because it's got this 4.2 teraflop thing, which I honestly have no idea what the figure is for the S. I just couldn't tell you. I don't know if you know. But it's probably less. I'll just say that. But the thing is, they're both running at the same kind of thing where it's not native 4K graphics for their games. It's that they try and boost it up to 4K. So they both do that. Xbox One S also plays 4K movies in the disk drive, which the PS4 Pro doesn't do, though you can make the argument that on both of them you can still play 4K movies if you download it or stream it or whatever. But in kind of comparing it, aside from maybe this teraflop kind of deal with the comparison of that kind of hardware, arguably the PS4 Pro isn't much better than the Xbox One S.
They're very close, yeah.
That's the thing. And, the thing that Xbox has going for it is that that's great that now they're basically at the same level. So the thing is, Xbox was catching up the whole time. And now for like this refresh time, they're right now at the same level. But when they come out with their Scorpio, that's supposed to be blowing the PS4 Pro out of the water now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The Scorpio's being marketed as the next-gen console. Where
no, it's Nah.
Well, no. Okay, Microsoft is making it very clear that they want to keep it all as a family. They're trying to make a family system. They're saying the Xbox One, the One S, and the Scorpio. This is the new Xbox family.
So they will all take Xbox One games.
But strictly from a design standpoint, the Scorpio is a next-gen console.
If you're saying for pure hardware,
again, we have no idea what the Scorpio actually is. They haven't shown it or anything like that. But what they're toting and how they're marketing it, Project Scorpio, that's a next-gen console.
Well, no.
Yeah. What would you call it then? Like
it's still basically the 4.5.
No, that's the S and the One, the S and the Pro are the 4.5.
Well, here's the thing. Either way, you think about it, the Scorpio coming out next year is theoretically blowing the PS4 Pro out of the water. You can't argue that, really. Now,
yeah, but at the same time, what if next year the PS5 comes out? What if the Pro is not their answer to the Scorpio? Their Pro is the answer to the S. And next year, when Scorpio comes out, PS5 comes out.
See, that would have to be their answer, but then what happens to all PS4 games? Like, the whole point about the Xbox One Scorpio thing is that you can play the Xbox games still on it, so it's more consistent.
Well, at this point, the PS4 and the Xbox One were both built so much like PCs that games going forward will not have a problem playing on the old system. Like,
I mean, you would think, though. You know these video game consoles and the whole, we really don't accept the old stuff.
If the Scorpio is running 4K games natively, then yes.
That is true. It does have backwards compatibility.
Yes, yeah.
But, just, it's the fact that the amount of systems that both companies are putting out, that's telling to me, because the Xbox One S is the slimmer one, but they also did more improvements to it. The slim PS4 is just a slim PS4.
But here's I don't think you can compare the.
You have to, because they're competing with each other.
No, here's the big thing: the jump between an Xbox One and Xbox One S is huge.
Correct.
The jump between a PS4 and a PS4 Pro is minimal.
Which is which is Sony's fault, because if they're directly competing with Xbox One sales,
I don't think it's their fault. I think they didn't have as much to catch up on. I think Xbox had a lot. Like, there's a reason why the PS4 outsold the Xbox One 4-1.
No. I agree that now. Yeah, as I was saying, they're at the same level now, where Xbox caught up. Oh, sorry, but my voice is like dying all of a sudden. But the thing is, it's almost like they've got the Apple syndrome, where they're getting complacent because all of a sudden this was their big plan. They're like, we're going to launch this. It's got VR capability. It can do up to 4K. But Xbox was like, well, Microsoft was like, yeah, we got that. We're putting that out for you now. But look at this too. And they went a step further, which is basically now putting Microsoft in the driver's seat, and now Sony's trying to catch up, which is what you were saying. They're like, well, what if in response they come out, which in theory, you would have to say that Microsoft would then take the lead in being more innovative in catching up with the times of technically PCs, where PCs can run 4K, PCs can handle VR, which, that's why everyone's like PC Master Race.
I still think you're looking at it wrong, though, because the Xbox One and the PS4, they're still out there. The original models, they're still out there. You can still buy an Xbox One, and now you can still buy a PS4. If you buy a PS4 now, though, it's still slimmer. They changed nothing with the hardware of the PS4 besides just the chassis of it.
That's what I said.
Yes, and now you have Pro versus S, is the current console generation now. This 4.5 is Pro versus S. They're both doing things great. The PS4, in terms of the graphics it's outputting, better than the Xbox One S. The HDR, which they're adding backwards compatibility, they're adding backwards to the PS4, the HDR for them. That's amazing. Like, the PS4 Pro is doing everything we want out of the 4K console, just it's missing some major things like the 4K Blu-ray and the larger storage. That's the only two things the S has over the Pro.
But I'm saying in sheer terms of putting out consoles, this time next year, sure. Who knows if Sony is already unveiling something new? But at least right now, of what we know in the works, Microsoft and Sony are planning to put out 2 more consoles, and one of them is already out for both, I guess. Or is the Slim one out yet for PS4?
The PS4, the Slim model is still just a PS4, so technically that's out. The slimmer version though comes out the 15th.
Okay, so pretty close. So
for the same price as an Xbox One S.
Okay, the Slim PS4.
Yes,
not the Pro.
Correct. The Pro
more.
Comes out November 10th and is the price of a PS4. They did not raise the price at all. It's still $400.
Though the Xbox One S is...
The Xbox One S with a 500 gigabyte hard drive...
It starts at $100 less.
It is it's $300. If you want the 1 terabyte that the PS4 Pro has, it's the same price.
Okay. So I'm saying though, if you look at purely the consoles put out there in sheer just number, you have the Slim one of both, and you have the Pro and the Scorpio. That's not necessarily comparing them to each other, but I'm just saying in sheer numbers, you have 2 and 2.
No, that's no
2 consoles and 2 consoles.
No, I completely disagree.
You have Slim of both, and you have Pro and Scorpio. Those are two consoles that Microsoft's pushing out there.
Why are you comparing the Pro to the Scorpio?
In sheer number, you have a Slim version of PS4, and you have PS4 Pro.
Announced? Yes, there's a code name for Scorpio.
Yes. That, in theory, that is a console. So I'm saying Microsoft is putting out 2 new consoles. Sony is putting out 2 new consoles.
Josh, no, they're not though.
They are 2.
In terms of 2016, they've each put out 1 console. We have no idea what Sony's plans are for next year, so you can't say, "Oh, Microsoft's ahead of them because they already announced their console." Microsoft went ahead of the game, and marketers even saying it was dumb for them to announce the Scorpio when they did, because it immediately lost market value of the Slim. Because why would you buy the Xbox One S when there's a new console coming out next year?
Well, duh, but
so.
In terms of hardware...
So why would Sony announce the PS5 if they just announced the 4? If anything, Sony made the smarter move and not announcing the 5. The 5 could be coming out at the exact same time, because next year we're getting the NX, we're getting the Scorpio. We're definitely getting the PS5 next year. We're getting next year is the next generation of consoles. That's shocking because...
The Pro seems like such a waste, then.
Because the Pro is a 4.5, just like the Xbox One S is a 4.5.
Then who in the world would buy the PlayStation 4 Slim?
People who want a PS4, who don't need the VR, who don't need the extra... Again, the Xbox One S and the PS4 Pro are great if you have a 4K TV. Not a lot of people have 4K TVs. Yes, it's becoming more affordable and more in the market, but it's not the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have one.
Yeah, so. I have one downstairs in my living room, but I don't use that for my PS4 at all, because it's a hassle to play down there. I play in my room with my stuff. So, shut up. So,
okay.
Even during Sony's press conference, they made sure to point this out. The Pro is for the pro gamer, the person who can afford the 4K monitor, who wants the higher frame rate, who wants all this stuff, who wants the best quality VR, yada yada yada.
I'm still sticking with my statement that the Scorpio is meaning that Microsoft is beating Sony to the punch. I don't see how Sony comes back quicker and releases something.
What if they announce PS5 at E3?
It's not announcing it quicker.
Yeah, but here's the thing: just because they announced it quicker doesn't mean
come out quicker. Okay, fine.
But just because the PS4 Pro they just announced that doesn't mean they're not already working the PS5. The day that the E3 press conference happened, they showed off the Scorpio. Someone at Sony went like, only 6 teraflops. How's the PS5 coming out, guys? We have 7, right? Yeah.
Well, I feel like someone at Sony got fired, and then someone else got Sony.
Everyone is saying that Microsoft announcing the Scorpio was a bad time to announce the Scorpio.
Yeah, but it gets you pretty hyped, man.
I'm not. Are you hyped for the Scorpio?
See, I told you, I'm building a PC. So they can have fun with their consoles all they want.
Okay.
I have officially joined the PC master race. And here's the thing. Regardless of the consoles, I very much support this move for this whole Xbox games on the PC.
But yes, that's a great thing. We talked about that.
I am playing Gears of War 4. I'm so hyped for that. It's ridiculous. Now, that has nothing against Sony, but I'm just saying I'm so hyped for that. Now, me caring about these consoles, I'm not going to buy any of them. But in my non-subjective, very objective looking at it, I think Microsoft is taking back the lead in the console game.
They are definitely making strides, yes.
With the next wave of consoles coming out, with this whole 4K, native 4K kind of deal, which I'm assuming that's what the Scorpio is going to be, or else why make the Scorpio at this point if you have the
hardware is meant to support 4K gameplay as well as virtual reality.
Yeah, so I think with that combination, having the 6 teraflops, which means it's a very powerful system, I think they are currently in the lead unless Sony shows something better. But if it can also have the syndrome that Xbox One had to deal with the PS4. PS4 had a lot better of a start, which got a ton of fan base for it, which I can see happening now in the reverse with the Scorpio, because people will see that, wow, this does everything, and Sony's going to be like, hey guys, we have it too, but the Scorpio came out initially, or people were too excited about that first. I'm just saying, I can see it shifting like that.
It all depends on what happens in the next year and what they announce, what they show off.
I'm just saying, based on what I've seen, that looks like what it's going to be.
During the conference, they did announce that the Scorpio is a hardware refresh for the Xbox One.
Yes.
So they're still calling it Xbox One, and it's underneath Project Scorpio. For all we know, Project Scorpio could be an add-on. Imagine it's like an extra little box you plug into your Xbox One S. And
that's what the Wii U was. Wii U was an add-on to the
like when you buy the PlayStation VR, if you have a PS4, it comes with an extra box that's the extra processor for the headset. Where if you plug into a PS4 Pro, you don't need that extra little processor already. So if they're trying to get like they said, 6 teraflops, it could just be a 6 teraflop drive you plug into your Xbox One S that's already putting out 4K, not natively, of course. It's supporting 4K resolution.
Well, I feel like all companies nowadays just want to put out a brand new console. Like, apparently, I think they've learned from the Sega CD that is not a good idea for just straight add-ons.
The S and the Pro, it's a reaction to the market adapting 4K more and getting ready for VR.
Correct.
Like that's the entire point of the Scorpio is to get things ready for VR, get things ready for 4K, which I understand. And
that's why I think they're beating them to the punch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not dissing Sony.
What's the punch though?
Native 4K and VR. That's where it's going.
But the PS4 Pro is doing VR and doing native 4K.
It's not native 4K.
No games right now support native 4K, but it can do 4K.
Everything I've read, it doesn't have native 4K. It brings it up like Xbox One S.
Well, what it's doing is older games, like, for example, they showed Shadows of Mordor. It's making the game run at slightly less than 4K by doubling and quadrupling the pixel count of each.
No. That's what I'm saying. It can look like it's pretty close to 4K. It's bringing it up. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not a native 4K because it's not made for 4K, because there aren't 4K games out there.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it does not have that capability. The capability of the console seems that it's bringing everything up to 4K. It's not.
That's what the Pro's doing now, but they said the Pro could do 4K. Just there's no games developed for it yet.
Okay, that's a fair point. Okay,
that's what they're showing. They say it can do 4K. Just right now, all your old games are getting a nice buff too. And they even said that when developers start making games now, make the games as pretty as you can, make them 4K, but also please add a mode in that drops the quality for lesser consoles. So
but now, well, okay, finish that.
So if you're playing, like, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn on the PS4 Pro, it's going to look bazonkers amazing. And then if you play on the PS4, it's going to look really good, just you might have, like, less clouds in the background or less fauna.
Well, the 4K doesn't add clouds.
No, but
it adds texture.
No, I understand that, but they said that literally, like, they showed two different, like, They showed there's a video online of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, they literally took it out. Oh, I see.
Like,
Okay.
you could see like, oh, look at those trees in the background, and then when they switched it back to the original PS4, it looked like just a clump of trees. Like you couldn't tell like it was individual trees. It looked like a big bush.
Okay, fair enough.
Stuff like that. Really minor stuff because again, the whole press conference Sony had, they were showing like this is 4K footage and this is on a 4K monitor, but again, we're not streaming in 4K, so you really can't tell what's going on.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it was horrible actually.
But but the only other thing I'll say then is if it can do 4K natively, it can do VR, whatever. But then you compare the specs to the Scorpio, then it's like, well, Scorpio has better specs than the Pro. So I don't know. You can always go back and forth on.
Yeah, but again, I'm not comparing I don't think you should be comparing the Scorpio with the Pro. If you want to compare them, the Scorpio is designed to do virtual reality. The PS4 is already set to do virtual reality, and the Pro just does it without the adapter. So if anything, you could say the Scorpio is trying to do the next level of VR, which we don't know what the next level of VR yet is for PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't know. You know my thoughts on it. You have your thoughts on it.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Honestly, at the end of the day,
I'm surprised
it's all
we had this
speculation.
I'm surprised we had this heated discussion because this is going to be our smallest talk, I thought.
Oh boy.
Anyway, the new version of the PS4 comes out September 15th for $300. The PS4 Pro comes out November 10th for $400.
Yep.
Get them at your local GameStop.
Or Best Buy. Or Amazon. Or Staples. No. Okay. Ignore the last one.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. The Apple conference from yesterday.
Yeah, buddy.
Started out with a really nice surprise. Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto himself walked out on stage to show off a new Mario game for the iPhone. Super Mario Run. Thoughts? Impressions?
Some people get on it because it's like literally running games where you press a button, but let's cover it with Mario and call it fresh. But
it honestly looks fun to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm excited for it. It's almost like this guilty pleasure. I'm like, but I like it. So the interesting thing, though, is that they're kind of going off this. It's not free to play.
No,
you pay.
They're charging for the game, but there's no in-app purchases.
No, you say that, but there are in-app purchases.
There's one in-app purchase. You download the game for free. You play the first level. If you like the game, you buy it for full. That's the only in-app purchase.
Is that the only one?
That's the only in-app purchase.
Is that confirmed?
Confirmed.
Then I support that.
So you download the game. The game is free to download. You play like the first level or two, and it's like, hey, you played the first level. The entire game's like $5 or $10. Would you want to buy it now? Yes or no?
We would like you to play.
How much would you pay for this app, Josh?
Depends how much content it really has.
From the early screenshots we saw during the conference, 8 worlds, 4 levels each. But that's all we saw on the first screen. It could be a lot more than that because they hinted that it's going to be a lot more.
I mean, you just kind of think some of these free games though are very generous on the amount of levels.
Well, yeah, Candy Crush has hundreds of levels.
Yeah, I mean, not even, well, that's a good callback because I play that still every day. But, see, that's what I would probably say like $5. $10 tops if I really like it.
Yep, I fully agree.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So, but looks pretty exciting. Yeah, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yep.
But then the other big thing, of course, was this whole Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah,
for the Apple Watch, which, by the way, so I watched the Pokemon Go part of this.
Okay.
I'm usually not one of those random Reddit trolls or Twitch chat trolls.
If you say so, okay.
Yeah, but but I would actually describe this as semi-cringy. Because this guy was like, "Hey, a Snorlax, yay!" or whatever, and then like people would be like clapping.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, they were clapping at way too many intervals for random Pokemon Go features that just kind of happen.
Yeah.
Like that everyone's used to. So I was like, Let me stop. But aside from
That's a common thing with Apple events, so people always clap at weird parts. There's a part later on where they're showing off the iPhone 7. They're showing like a Wizard of Oz game, and like we can now render 300 flying monkeys. And
I could just picture this like old guy that watched it when it first came out in the theater as a kid, standing up, applauding and crying and wiping a tear from his eye.
Did you not see this part of the segment?
No.
So this company,
Did that happen?
Yeah, this company.
No, wait.
No, I'm not making this up. Oh my God, Josh.
Wait, what?
Okay, so during the iPhone 7, when they're showing off the reveal, they want to show how good it is for gaming. So they invited this company up, and this company made a RPG based off the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And during the segment, it's like the iPhone 7 is so powerful, we can render 300 individual flying monkeys.
Yeah.
And then people started standing up and cheering when they saw each of those 300 monkeys were being rendered in real time on the iPhone.
Oh my!
It was such an awkward point to clap and cheer, and then after the woman like got down, like the presentation guy came back up, like, "Yeah, how about those 300 monkeys? Huh? That's a great comparison rate, right?" Like he like acknowledged the cringe. I'm like, "What the f is going on?" But I like your thing too, where the old man gets up. This isn't my Oz, and walks out.
Yeah, I don't know, but
yeah. So Pokemon Go on the Apple Watch,
I mean, it's there.
It's good.
It looks.
If you have an Apple Watch and you play Pokemon Go, there you go.
I mean, the thing is that I was looking at was that you really don't play it. You can't catch anything off of it from what they've showed.
It's purely for Pokestops and notification stuff.
So, and then it's like, oh yeah, let me pull out the phone and do it.
Which honestly, if I'm walking around with the watch on and like, okay, it's a Rattata, it's a Staryu. Oh my God, it's a Snorlax. Like then, like I'll take out my phone. So
Yeah,
I guess it saved me from not like wasting my time looking at.
but
pages.
I mean, then you compare it to like, which we don't have on our notes, so we can kind of say it now, I guess. The Pokemon Go Plus.
Oh, that's right. It comes out next week.
Which is scheduled to come out next Friday, September 16th. That one, honestly, if I compare the Plus to the Go app on the Apple Watch, I would say the Plus is better.
Yep.
Because you can do the Pokestop stuff. You can actually catch a Pokemon, and it alerts you not similarly because it doesn't have a screen. So you lack it in that area, but the fact that you can actually catch stuff without having to then still pull out your phone, it's nice. But of course, you're right. For people that already have an Apple Watch or want an Apple Watch anyway, it's like, hey, why not, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a free app. So,
And it looked clean too. It didn't look like a bad like.
No, I actually, that's right. I thought it looked actually very nice for what it was on the screen. Like the size of the Apple Watch is not that big, but it actually like used up the space very nicely.
Yep.
So I was like, just as a Pokemon fan, I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
So I did like it overall.
Yep.
Not something to buy an Apple Watch for.
Definitely not. And they did announce the Apple Watch Series 2.
Yes, which I was like, all right, here we go. And
it's the same watch.
It's the same thing. Couple new bands, made a little better chip, waterproof.
Yeah.
But the people that like the Apple Watch original one for what it was, and was like, maybe it just needs these little tweaks, this is perfect.
Yeah.
But for me, and I guess you too, it's like, the Apple Watch is great and all. I love where they're going, but there needs to be a lot more to it.
I still don't see how I would use it and how it would benefit me in everyday life.
I would not purposely go to that rather than take one more second and pull out my phone.
Correct.
Because you cannot really respond to text messages or anything unless you talk to it. But, half the stuff you don't want to just randomly say while you're in the middle of a crowd of people, whether it's like scandalous or just no one needs to know kind of deal. Like, no one wants to hear your daily life as someone's randomly texting you. Like, if me and you are furiously texting about the Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer, and it's like, I love this, as I'm like yelling into my wrist.
I see on the subway, Ken, UB01 is not a Pokemon.
Yeah, so I just prefer if there's some sort of typing feature. But, you think about it, and I don't know how there's going to be a typing feature. I mean, you look at the size of the watch, it's just not a thing.
A typing thing on there. It's all.
I just don't see how it's possible. Like, which it's sad because it's almost like I expect there to be typing because I'm like, what would prevent me from looking at my phone? I got to type. But I don't know. So I don't know what's going to convince me to get a smartwatch, but we'll see.
Yeah, again, I'm nowhere near like Apple. They got with their phones and their computers. I'm staying far away from the iPads. I'm staying far away from the watch. I don't need any of that right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like honestly, a little side tangent. The Surface Pros, you have convinced me time and time again that those things are the future of tablet computers. The iPad is nothing but a paperweight at this point to me.
The iPad is just a bigger iPhone because it only runs apps.
With less capability. It's horrible.
The Surface is a full-fledged i5. Well, you can get an i3, you can get an i5, you can get an i7 in a Surface. So mine's an i5, and it's literally an i5 computer, and you can carry it around just as accessible like an iPad.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
That's how you're supposed to do it, and I always like mine. I mean, I'm building a PC, but obviously that's a desktop. Like this, I'm going to be using the Surface every day for class and bringing it around.
That's your mobile component, and that's
exactly.
Amazing.
It's my laptop. It's my tablet. Like that's what I need for that. Then I have my phone, and then I have my whole desktop that's got whatever else. So it's got all the different needs there.
Yeah,
so
it's fantastic.
Yeah. But so that was the watch and all that stuff. That was our little digression. But also, here's the bigger thing, which everyone's up in arms about.
News, this is why they picked. Yep. This is why they picked the 7th. It was the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus reveal. Let me just start off. We're not going to go later on this too quickly. It's an amazing phone. I will be getting it next month. I'm getting the 7 Plus because I have the 6. I have the 6 Plus. I'm getting the 7 Plus. The camera alone sold me on the entire presentation.
Oh, the dual camera thing is very impressive.
Yeah, 2 times telescopic lens, up to 10 times digital zoom, DSLR quality, depth of field interaction with the camera to blur out background shots, capturing raw footage, going through a 10-step process every time a photo is taken under 2.5 milliseconds. Or 0.25 milliseconds. That camera, the iPhone camera has always been the best camera for smartphones. This, they're always ahead. Now they're way, way ahead with this camera. It's a thing of beauty, actually. I
mean, you can argue that the Galaxy phones, the Samsung Galaxy phones, actually have incredible cameras.
No, they're good.
They were slightly better, but this one I think tops it. I still personally have to look at the specs and actually compare it.
If you look at the specs, iPhone cameras nothing has ever beaten an iPhone camera. Even the new Galaxies. You say a proven fact. I'm not even I was reading an article today about it.
I personally have not looked into it, so I cannot commit to that statement.
Okay.
I would love to believe that statement because I think my camera. I have the 5S right now, and I still think the camera's fantastic. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Well,
it's because iPhones, they're more than just cameras. They have really good cameras to begin with, and they have so much technology built into the phone to improve that photo when it's taken in terms of balancing light. And they were mentioning more they have full HDR now in the camera. The auto stabilization in the lens.
That's always very nice.
That's fantastic.
I mean, you think about it, at its core, Apple computers and stuff like that are always best for their graphic work, their photo work.
Yep.
So it would make sense that they care really a lot about the camera.
The fact that it's capturing raw photo footage now, too, so those who actually want to use it for professional photography can actually take the raw file off it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, as it is, I mean, most of the people, when they go and take pictures, it's just with their iPhone. No one's got, the fancy cameras unless you really are into that.
Yeah, and Apple said during their press conference, because these photos they were showing were DSLR quality, and at one point they showed a photo saying, this is a DSLR photo, and they started explaining, and it's actually, we just lied to you. This was shot with an iPhone, and everyone, stood up and clapped. They said that they're not trying to replace DSLR cameras, but the iPhone 7 Plus will replace the most base set of all DSLR cameras. So that nice DSLR I have, the iPhone 7 Plus, more powerful than it. The $1,000 camera that I own is now obsolete by the phone. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of quality, cool. In terms of zoom and other features, my DSLR lens is better, but just for the sheer picture quality, from a 1 to 2 times zoom, better on an iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's exciting.
Will you be getting the new phone, Josh?
Well, I'm due for an upgrade.
As am I.
even though technically I was up for it last year, but then my brother stole my upgrade because he broke his phone, which that was slightly unfair. But so I don't know which one. I have to still look more into it, and I told you I really didn't look into the specs too carefully yet myself. But
again,
I'm pretty excited for it. The big problem I have, the no headphone jack.
Okay, I'm gonna tell me why you have a problem with it, and I'll take away all your worries.
Please do.
Okay.
Because I haven't read too much into it.
Okay. What are you afraid of?
So let me just up front say that those AirPod things, in theory, with that little case thing, do look very cool.
I'll tell you why it's even better in a minute.
But I know my ears, and those do not fit well in my ears and get very uncomfortable.
I'll tell you. I'll have good news then. So keep going.
All the headphones that I have that are very nice, they're all wired headphones.
Okay.
So up front, that promotes issues.
Okay, what are the issues?
They are not Bluetooth compatible and would need a headphone jack. And the only way apparently is to have this almost sort of like adapter or something to the lightning port.
That comes through with the phone, yeah.
Which would then mean that you cannot charge your phone at the same time. Which
there's an adapter for that.
Now, how big is that adapter, though? Is it sticking out?
They have not shown or anything like that. The adapter right now that connects the lightning port to the old aux cable, it's a little wire. It's like maybe the length of your pinky.
But it's a wire.
It's picture like the lightning cable part sticking into the phone, then turns into a little wire, then it gets a little bigger for the aux jack. It's really tiny. Here, I actually have a picture of it right here, actually.
Okay, see, that's not bad. But then, I'd love to see how they combat the whole charging problem.
Apparently, they already said that there will be a adapter that basically exactly what I just sent you the picture of, but it has a second cable that'll just be purely for charging.
I think I just downloaded this picture. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Did not mean to download it, but okay, I mean...
So that's the adapter, and it's easy, right?
It's kind of easy, but also kind of inconvenient. It's
a lot better than the original design. Here, I'm sending you this too. This was the original design they had for the adapter.
I'm not downloading it this time. You're not fooling me, Kenneth. Oh, that's a good design, actually.
I made that.
Nice. But, the problem is then you got to carry around this little adapter. So, or you could say, well, just leave it on the thing. I mean, you can. Okay, well, but then if it pops off, it's kind of annoying. Well, but
here, let me just get right into my spiel then, why I think this is a good idea. So the entire reason they're getting rid of the aux cable, it takes up a lot of space within the phone itself. So now the aux cable is gone. They're able to put not one, not two, not three, but 4 processing chips in the iPhone 7. That's a huge, 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 huge thing. Now that the aux jack is gone, the phone is now water resistant. They redesigned the outside body, and because now the aux cable, which at first was always just a purely exposed hole into the phone, that is gone. The phone is now water and dust resistant up to 50 meters. That's another big thing. When you buy the phone, the adapter is free. You also get a free pair of Lightning earbud headphones as well. So you get
the AirPods?
Not the AirPods. The AirPods are $160.
What?
You get a wired pair of the new Lightning cable headphones. If you want the AirPods are $160.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But the entire thing is they built a brand new wireless technology for the iPhone, the AirPods.
I did see that, the W1 chip.
W1 chip. It's a brand new new wireless technology, more efficient than Bluetooth in terms of energy consumption, better audio quality than Bluetooth as well. The AirPods work with this. Because Apple owns Beats, all Beats headphones will now get this technology as well. And then we'll have third parties who have access to the chip as well. So we won't have to pay the full $160 for these AirPods. We may see better designed for a cheaper price with the same technology. They require no pairing, like you have to pair a Bluetooth headset on and off kind of thing. They just know when you're going to use it with the phone. They turn on then like that. The AirPods, they're touch sensitive, so one tap to the ear, boom, you're talking to Siri on your AirPods. And other earphones will have that as well.
Wait a second. I gotta stop you there for a second. You are saying that because Beats unveiled 3 new headphones.
Yep, they showed that off at the Apple conference.
Okay. You're saying that those three have the what W1?
The W1 chip inside them.
Really?
Yep.
Because the thing is, okay, funny story. I'm wearing them right now. The Power Beats 2.
Yep.
Wired. Now, when I bought them, I thought they were wireless because I bought them for like literally half the price on like a eBay like app kind of thing.
Okay.
I was like, oh, great deal, new in the box for like half off. And I didn't think about it. I was like, I didn't even know they made a wired one. But then I got it and it had a wired, which actually, thankfully, I really like the wired one because I just prefer the wired one. That's just my honest preference. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, God, then do I really need a new headphone? But the thing is, I really like the Power Beats thing with the wrapper on the ear. It's very nice for on the go.
Yep.
Seeing the new 3 one, I was like, it doesn't seem much better. It's the same wireless thing. But if it does have that chip, it would incentivize me a little more.
Yeah, they're owned by Apple, so Apple put the technology in the headphones themselves.
Which, that's good to hear. The thing is, though, I don't really like how they have still the wire connecting the things, and it's just kind of like behind your neck. I have a problem with that. It just seems weird.
Which one? The black one, that really small one?
No, the Power Beats is the one with the ear goes over the ear.
Okay, yeah.
The wire goes behind your back. Like behind your neck.
What wire?
From headphone to headphone.
What am I looking at? I don't
just
see
Power Beats 3.
I don't see.
Do. Boom, 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 boom.
Getting freaky now. Down.
All right. I mean, even directly from this image, you can see it. This isn't the greatest depiction. It's literally there for you to see. There's a wire that goes around the back of your head.
Oh, those ones. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wearing that one right now. The older model.
I thought you were talking about that silver pair you had.
Oh, no. Which?
Gotcha. Yeah, I got those confused.
That's the Beats Pro, but this is the Power Beats. But see, the Beats Pro thing, like, I can't really plug it in unless I got the other adapter thing.
Well, the new Beats Pro are fully wireless with this technology.
No one ever announced a new Beats Pro. What the heck?
They did yesterday on the conference.
No, they didn't.
They showed off 3 new headsets yesterday during the conference.
Yeah, they showed off. No, you don't know what you're talking about.
I watched the conference.
Oh, I know, but they showed off Power Beats 3. They showed off the Beats X, which is their new smaller line, which was replacing like U Beats and Beats Tour.
Yeah, it's that weird black one, right?
It's the little earbuds. And the last one was their regular one that everyone has. That's the Beats Solo. It's the Beats Solo 3 wireless.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because it looks like the Beats Pro that I have, but it's the cheaper plasticky looking model that goes on the ear headphones.
Yes.
The Beats Pro is over the ear, brushed aluminum, whatever.
Okay,
they're not making a new one.
I was talking less about the actual material, more the style. It's like the style that you and me both wear usually.
Well, yes, but
yes, that's what I was referring to.
They're not making a new one of that, and I already paid like literally $400 for this, so I'm not buying another one. But like, it's just like, that's going to be a wired thing, and that's it. So we'll see how that little adapter goes if I want to do it. But yeah, I mean, it's cool technology, though. I always get really excited about the technology. That's why I love watching like Apple's conference, even E3 with some of the technology they put out there aside from the games. Even that, what is the name of that Tech Expo thing that they do in like Vegas or something?
CES.
Yeah, I like that. That stuff's really cool. But yeah, so cool with the new chips, cool with all that jazz. Yeah, so iPhone looks promising aside from, I guess, the little gripes about the headphones, but the core technology of it seems really nice. Of course, they always just improve whatever. The problem is, you honestly look for, it's like, what are you really going to keep improving upon? The phone works. It's like it's a system that works, so I don't expect much that's super new and innovative. I mean, it does its job. It's innovative enough in that it's faster and better in that way. So I don't have a problem with that. So some people are getting on him about, hey, come up with something new. I mean, what are they going to come up with? I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and the phone looks great, and iOS 10 looks good, and everything about it looks great. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
All right, anything else left to say for the Apple conference? We should move on to the last two big talking points.
Move on.
All right. September 1st, 2016, Nintendo had a 3DS Focus Direct.
Which I did watch in full. I managed.
Now, I didn't write down everything because they showed a lot of like little stuff in between, but I wrote down the big talking points. They start off with a Alolan Rattata.
No, to be fair, they start off with Reggie looking for his new Galaxy 3DS.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, that man...
We're not
the
talking...
amount... No. The amount that man is pushing that Galaxy 3DS... Okay. Love the man like Santa, but... get over it. Like, the Galaxy 3DS, XL, whatever... Like... He's like, where's my new 3DS Galaxy?
Nintendo 3DS XL?
It's like, oh my god. It's like, first of all, I don't get the hype. Even though it's funny because I was on the bus like last week and some guy was showing, I guess his girlfriend or sister, I don't know, whatever, the video, or yeah, he showed the video of one of the trailers of Pokemon Sun and Moon. I was like, ooh. But then it's also showing an image of the new 3DS XL, and the girl was like, oh, that looks really nice. And I'm like, man, I was like, after I watched this whole thing with Reggie, I'm like, come on. But he's pushing it too much. But are you buying the new Galaxy 3DS?
No, of course not.
Good.
I have the Majora's Mask one. I'm already badass.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So Alolan Rattata. I told you I just don't like his little flopping mustache. But aside from that,
I love the flopping mustache. It makes him a little gangster robber guy.
Yeah, but it's so floppy. It's got 6 teraflops into it. Like, I swear. I'm telling you, man. It's I don't know. It looks weird, but I actually really love the lore about it. So we figure out that that's what the Young Goose were brought in for.
Yep, the Young Goose.
Which is funny because everyone's like, I don't want a Rattata. So it's like, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, so it looked pretty cool though.
Yeah,
overall,
we'll talk about it more when we get to the Pokemon.
It's a dark type, man, so I like it.
Everyone's getting dark type. Meowth getting dark type. Rattata getting dark type. Faticate getting dark type.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, you know, it's funny because it's like sun and moon, and then it's like everything's dark.
Yeah.
Where's the sun stuff, man? We have the lay. We have the lay Pokemon.
We'll get talking about more of that stuff when we get to the Pokemon segment.
Okay.
Next up, we had Super Mario Maker coming to the 3DS.
Which I will give your classic response to that. And I will do the motions. Yep.
I mean, it's really nice to see it on there. I'm not gonna buy it, but like we're seeing a big thing now. Like this Nintendo Direct was kind of like the last hurrah for the 3DS before the NX makes it almost obsolete.
It was like, well, we know you like this game on the Wii U. Let's put it on the 3DS.
Since the Wii U didn't sell that great, and this game didn't sell that great because of that, well, let's put it on the 3DS.
Now, you people that don't have a Wii U and wanted it, buy it. Which,
exactly.
If that's what the case is, sure, by all means.
Which there are still more features on the Wii U version than the 3DS version,
which
due to limitations.
Which is to be expected, but also is disappointing. But if you're someone that was waiting for it the whole time, even though I don't know why you'd ever wait for it the whole time, because there was no reason to ever expect it. But yeah, I don't know. But it's there, sure. I don't know. We have not too much more to say other than the actual online features are also kind of limited, which...
You can download any Wii U game, but you can't upload any Wii U title you make. You can only share the titles you make on 3DS with your friends via local and Street Pass.
Yeah.
Which is not it's still if your only concern is just playing like an infinite amount of Mario levels, you're set. If you make
you pay $5 and play Mario Run.
Shut up.
Just saying, on your new iPhone 7.
Yes.
which in total will probably end up costing you almost $1,000.
No,
as compared to $40.
I was actually doing the math. If I trade in my 6 Plus and do my contract upgrade, I get the phone for $50.
Hey.
Right?
Now, hold on. Which version of the phone? Because also, one interesting thing to say about the iPhone, though, is that now they're making it so that the lowest level, which makes sense because everything is so much more, bigger file-wise. So the lowest size now is 32 gig. And then they step it all the way up to 128.
I'm getting the middle one, 128.
And then they go to 256 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm getting the middle 128. In black, not jet black, because jet black scratches very easily, apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, I don't know. We have Super Mario Maker. No reason to go on with that.
Yep. Then they showed off
Mario
Party Star Rush, which I have to admit, it's looking better than the initial.
I agree with that. It doesn't look half bad. But in saying that, I don't have a strong affinity for wanting to buy it.
Correct. Same here.
But I give them credit.
If you and Pete were together, we could probably find like a good night to enjoy that game if we're in the same room.
Well, let's be honest. Pete is obligated by law
to get every Mario Party.
To buy every Mario Party, including the handheld ones.
Yeah.
So he will be having it. Meaning that they've been promoting this whole one person has to buy it and the rest of you can play it with them. So
you are set.
Exactly.
Oh, awesome.
This is the classic time where we coast. we just we just benefit directly from him without doing anything.
I don't know why, but I just pictured you and me like on a scooter in the Santa Monica Pier, just like coasting down for some.
I almost had the same thought, except I pictured us on the beach, but on beach chairs. And we both had sunglasses, and Pete comes over like, hey guys, I just got the new Mario Party. We both lift up the sunglasses slightly on our head, turn over, and just whip out the 3DS and go to download play. Oh, man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's a great thought, I'm telling you. It looked great in my head. Yeah, let's plan that. No,
it's looking a lot better than the previous DS Mario Party. So
wait, oh my god, can we do that for an intro if we play that game?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, okay, continue. We
can film that definitely. Next, they showed Animal Crossing New Leaf, the update that we reported on a while back. It's getting repackaged as the Welcome Amiibo edition. They didn't go too much into all the details. They did announce there'll be 50 new Amiibo cards to go with the game. All previous Amiibo cards and figures will work. You can get villagers to move to your town depending on which card you use. You'll unlock certain items and themes using other Amiibo. Like you scan the Callie and Maria Amiibos in, you'll unlock Splatoon themed items for your world. Yada yada. They didn't go much detail, but they said they're having a full Animal Crossing Direct later this fall. Which
I think is just showing off the game again in more detail. I don't think they're doing any more.
I think that they're going to show it off in more detail and announce Animal Crossing NX.
No way.
Dude.
You're saying they're going to announce that before they announce NX?
Well, I think NX comes out... The NX announcement is supposed to be next week, or in 2 weeks.
Oh, wait, you said this month or you said later this year?
This fall.
For Animal Crossing?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then I can see that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Because how good of a console seller...
Okay, if that's a launch title...
For the... Right?
And... Okay, that would sell.
Right?
That would really sell.
Because they've been sitting on this HD Animal Crossing...
Which, again, by the way, the Plaza thing, for how limited it was, the graphics looked phenomenal.
Amazing. And even though the gameplay in... what's the board game called?
I was going to say Happy Home Designer. Party... No.
Oh my god.
It's just always that stupid Animal Crossing game.
Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
Even though the gameplay was limited in that, all the models and in-game stuff, beautiful.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that if they say, hey, all these games you've been playing, all this stuff, NX. Animal Crossing NX.
I would be all over that like hot butter on a piece of bread.
Ooh. Yeah. Just bread, not toast?
Depends.
Okay.
Depends what I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually a great thought. Which you say next week? That's been confirmed?
No.
Because the announcement in like way back was like, oh, in September.
In September, people said that that Nintendo was waiting for the Apple and Sony conferences to end before they announced anything. So everyone's saying as early as next week is when we could get it. That's what everyone's saying.
If they open it up with "we would like to play,"
I'm going to bash the computer. if they call it anything Wii, they're going to lose.
Correct. Which, and in lose, are you saying in terms of comparing to the other consoles? Because I feel like they're already losing, or they're going to lose.
I feel like if Nintendo...
Like, they will not win against Microsoft and Sony. I don't see it.
Nintendo has proven time and time again that you don't need to have the most powerful console to make the best games.
No, I'm not saying that in order of winning. I'm saying in pure sales, they have not been winning for a long time.
Yeah, no. They will lose. They will lose.
They will lose in that regard, regardless.
This is Nintendo's last chance at a console. If this does not do well, they're out of the console game.
I think they're going to go exclusively to mobile games.
They will go exclusively to mobile.
Which will be sad.
And they'll do PC probably, too.
That'd be great, actually.
Yeah. But this is their last chance. We're not talking about the NX today, but like... Which,
by the way, did you hear that whole rumor? I think we said on here, Pokemon for NX?
Yeah, and I'm fully convinced that if the NX is what that's being reported on, we are getting a full-on Sun and Moon port for the NX.
See, but then doesn't that make you regret it for getting it on the 3DS?
Absolutely not.
True, because then we get it day one.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
again, we still don't know.
Not gonna lie, I need it day one.
We still don't know what the NX is, and if the NX is like not that great when they announce it, we'll be like, oh, thank God I have the 3DS.
Yeah, that's true. Also, though, if they say 10 teraflops, I will jump out of my seat.
You and your goddamn teraflops.
I will take my chair, I will throw it out the window that will not fit the chair. But I will take apart the chair and then throw it out piece by piece.
Brick by brick.
Board by board. What was that part again you said, Squidward? Tear up the establishment? No, the other part. Board by... No, okay. That's not the line.
I know. But yeah, so New Leaf, it's awesome that this game, which is very, very old now, I think 3 or 4 years old. It's getting
3 years old.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of like, what's the point for this?
Here's the thing, the update...
Trailer Park Land looked okay.
Yeah.
But it's not going to make me go back and play it.
The only thing that's going to make me go back and play it is if I can go into my town, put the Booker or Copper card on my new 3DS,
your police station.
and they give me my goddamn police station.
It's funny because I got it first out of the three of us. But
I have not played Animal Crossing since X and Y came out, really.
I would say the same.
I played every day up until X and Y, and then...
Pretty much the same.
And there was all those great comics of like, when's our mayor coming back? I don't know, Jimmy, I don't know. And it's the mayor riding Evital. Like, yeah! Pokemon!
It's so accurate.
It's very accurate.
It's sad, but not sad at the same time, because I was very happy when Pokemon came out. I was not regretting the move.
Yes,
But I mean, that's the thing. Animal Crossing has a place in my heart. But Pokemon is my heart. So that's the difference.
Candy's my life.
Candy's my wife. You know, I cannot find a video of that clip.
I'm sure you can.
I don't know. Now I'm going to look for it again, or at least keep it in a tab to remind myself afterward. But
moving on.
Yep.
Oh my God! New Street Pass games and updates. Holly fucking Lulia.
So for one that doesn't care about that, I was relatively indifferent.
Okay, but for me...
Well, for you, yes, okay. The one update, though, that I loved... So Street Pass is a thing. It's kind of there. I really don't care too much. It's whatever. But the fact that they now were like, hey, we have a faster mode for you if you want.
Yep.
Hallelujah.
No, not just that. You know that 10-person limit on the Street Pass game?
Now they're like, it's 100.
It's 100 person. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Let's be real. That should have been an update.
That should have been a day one update for the 3DS back in 2010.
A year tops. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But thank God. Except here's the thing. They're updating it now. And then what? We're going to get the NX and not care about 3DS. So
No, if anything, the NX will have Street Pass. I'm almost certain of it.
True.
Because they wouldn't announce this feature unless they're planning to go bigger with it.
I mean, they just announced the Galaxy new 3DS XL.
Exactly.
So I don't know what they're doing with that one.
Josh, you're on point tonight. I'm
The
like
only buyer is going to be Reggie just sitting there. But
where are my donuts? Where's Bill?
Okay, I give Bill credit.
We're not talking about it.
No, I give him credit for volunteering in the sketch. But his acting job was poor.
His acting job when he came back from the island, it's been so long.
Yeah, no, that was pathetic. That
Bill,
was the most
are you
forced.
okay? Where's my new Nintendo 3DS?
And then immediately, like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm like, okay, that was the worst whole side segment I've ever seen in my life. Except the fact that Reggie likes his donuts. It was a relatable aspect, even though I don't personally eat donuts because they're very unhealthy. But
he doesn't strike me as a donut guy. I picture him as like a black coffee and like a poppy seed bagel.
Butter or cream cheese?
Butter.
For him.
Oh, vegetable cream cheese.
For you?
No, for him.
No, but I'm saying for you is butter?
No, I like egg everything with jalapeno cream cheese.
Ooh. That's nice.
It's just a spicy cream cheese.
I mean, I don't even like cream cheese, but gotta go butter, man.
Are you butter? No, but okay. The problem with butter is it just gets all drippy and messy.
That's if you have the hot butter. If you just have regular butter, man, the bagel doesn't have to be super hot. I'm just saying, like, bagel and butter, you can't go wrong. Oh my god!
I don't know. Something about just eating butter like that.
You get either the whole wheat or low carb, whichever healthy one they have at the place. Everything bagel. Ooh. Oh my god.
So are we going to the city tomorrow to get breakfast together, or?
I mean, I'm going to the city tomorrow. No, actually, I'm going home tomorrow morning.
Are you really?
I have to have a physical.
Oh.
And then I'm getting my copies of Windows 10 or whatever.
I was going to say, if you're just coming home, we should get breakfast because I'm off tomorrow.
I won't be home before.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you could pick me up from the train station. We can go, though.
Okay.
Oh, wait. If I'm getting a physical, can't you, like, not eat? Or no, it's only giving well, it's giving blood, right?
Yes.
I did the blood thing already. So
you're at a physical. Did you eat a bagel this morning? Oh, God.
Was it poppy seed? Was it with butter?
Oh, wait.
Was it with black coffee?
Wait,
no.
If they do your urine test, you can't have poppy seed bagels.
Okay, well, to be fair, I wasn't probably going to get a bagel then. If we're going to breakfast, aren't we going to IHOP?
Let's get off this topic and go back to this.
Now you got me curious.
I'm sorry, we'll talk after the show. What the fuck is going on?
Everyone, we're going to get breakfast.
Guys, it's 2 minutes to midnight. We're about to lose it.
30 Seconds to Mars. Let's go.
Jared Leto as the Joker. Don't watch it. Okay.
Okay. Wait. Did you know that Joe Jonas is the lead singer of that DNC group?
Yes.
Joe Jonas?
Yes.
I just learned this last week, and I thought it was the biggest revelation I've ever seen in my life.
I knew that.
I had this moment of euphoria. Also, the name of Enrique Iglesias is like 2012 album, but. Oh my god!
Sorry, that was really funny.
But that was mind blowing. Anyway, where are we going with this?
Okay, so Street Pass is a thing. It's gonna be really big for me because New York Comic Con every year I have a panic attack because I'm trying to get as much Street Pass through as possible. The fact that they made a Quick Plaza now, which I've already tested these out and they work really well. The Quick Plaza is excellent. And the fact that I can bank 100 now instead of having to bank every 10, because you can get 10 a second at New York Comic Con. Now that I can get 100, I can wait 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, it's already out, right?
Yeah, it's already out. All right,
I haven't turned on my 3DS.
Already out. I already downloaded all the new games. All the new games are the way. Super fun. There's a stock market crash game, a derby card game.
I'd rather just literally do real stock markets stuff.
Well, it's really cool. The stock market game is the more friends you have, the better their predictions are for the stock market are.
Are these real stocks?
Oh no, it's like Nintendo's like carrots are up today and like.
Oh, okay.
So the more people use Street Pass, the better their predictions are for how the stock is going to do.
Wasn't there another fun game that came with it?
Well, there are 4 new games that are out.
2 were free.
You get to choose one of the 2.
Yeah. What was the second
one? The other one is a car game. It's like a slot car.
Oh, that looked dumb, actually.
That one's actually really fun.
It is what it is.
They're all fun. And then
Okay.
there's a cooking one, which is really fun, really complex, and then a ninja cannon one, which is really cool too. They're all excellent. Like I was surprised how good they were.
They seem interesting, but like there are games that are full-fledged games that do it better. I don't know.
Yeah, but for Street Pass games, these are great.
True, but then I'll just play my regular games on. I don't know. It's one of those like
It's a nice thing to have when you don't want to play a full game.
Yeah, but then I'd rather play Candy Crush on my phone. I don't know.
That's because you're a pleb.
But also, since you said that, it made me think that Shadow of Mordor thing, or Horde, what'd you say?
Shadow of Mordor.
Is that game that's based off?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a fun game.
I have it on PS4. It's amazing.
I played it on my roommate's Steam on his computer.
Nice. That game is excellent.
It's literally Assassin's Creed and made it slightly better.
It's Assassin's Creed meets Batman Arkham Asylum and then adds the awesome Nemesis mode.
So, it was fun. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It was just really fun.
I can't wait to play it again on the updated PS4 Pro.
Dear God. Okay, so...
yeah, by the way, if I didn't make that clear, I'm not buying the Pro.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's no reason to.
Which, by the way, still putting out there, I'm building my PC. You should get on that. We can join the PC master race.
I will eventually.
Together, hand in hand.
Ooh, Joshy.
God. Okay, so other new things from the Direct.
Throughout the Direct, we got a slew of amiibos here. They showed again the Super Mario amiibos, which come out in November.
Which they were like, and it works with the old ones too, or whatever, or something where they showed the old Super Mario ones.
Yeah,
I think it was for Animal Crossing, and they were like, it works with all these, whatever, or something, or the Mario Party. I don't know.
Yes.
Either way, they showed all of them except Silver Mario was missing.
I did.
They had Gold Mario. I was livid at the fact that they missed the silver one. Anyway, yes. So new amiibo, new Zelda amiibo, which is kind of interesting.
4 new Zelda amiibo. We have the 8-bit Zelda, the 8-bit Link, I should say.
That's the one I would consider buying. That one's cool.
Link from Ocarina of Time, and then a 2-pack of Toon Link and Toon Zelda from Wind Waker.
Correct.
All very cool, and I've very pre-ordered them all. Isn't
it that those work with...
They work with Breath of the Wild, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yep. We don't know how they're going to work yet, but if it works like the Wolf Link amiibo, Link's going to unlock other versions of himself to help himself out.
Yeah. So it actually might be pretty worth it.
Yep. We have 50 new Animal Crossing amiibo cards.
That's with the trailer park kind of deal.
Yep. And we also have the Yarn Poochie amiibo.
Which...
goes with...
That looks fantastic. It goes with the Woolly World port for 3DS, which, another port, yes.
Yeah.
But this is a time where they're like, okay, we know we ported it, but...
let's add an automatic runner segment.
Exactly. Which, I like the fact that they added something to it, but I would still probably have to say, the whole point of Woolly World, man, those visuals, though.
Yeah.
In 1080 on the Wii U?
The visuals are a bit lost on the 3DS, but it does keep the gameplay and the aesthetic very clear. But yeah, it's not even close to the visual.
So like, I'm just thinking, like, if I'm going to buy that game, I'd have to buy it for the Wii U.
Yeah. And plus, if you want all the Yoshi amiibo costumes, Wii U only.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool that they ported it, but at least my reasoning for Woolly World doesn't apply. But I give them credit. They ported it. They added a new mode. Might entice people. Kind of a nice game to have on the go instead. So.
Yep.
Now we get into the ever controversial game of Ever Oasis.
Why is it controversial?
Shul. Thank you.
Controversial.
That was Ken's version of Breath of the Wild. Okay, so I say it's controversial because it's almost like they're like, let's take Animal Crossing, let's take Final Fantasy, put it in a chibi something or other.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Do it.
Okay.
It's just one of those games where, like, I guess I'm at this stage in my life where I'm like, I see no need for me to ever pick up that game. And it's sad. Because it's like, I want to like it, but I'm like, there's no point. I I just don't think it's fun enough. I don't. It's not compelling enough to make me buy it. That's it.
I'm not sold yet either. It is hitting a lot of those points, like the Animal Crossing-ness, the Final Fantasy-ness, a lot of the, like, almost a little Harvest Moon in there too, I felt, by watching it. And
True.
The pedigree of the guy who's making it, he's, like, responsible for the early Final Fantasy games and, like, so many good games. It's like, this is the perfect storm for a really good game,
and then
still
it's
not sold.
And then it's chibi version thing on 3DS. Like,
the chibi doesn't bother me too much. It bothers me a little bit, because, like, it's not even a good representation of what they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel like they're chibi because it's a limitation of the 3DS.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know.
The game is just there. Like, there's nothing that stands out to me, which is like, oh my god, I need this game. It's just not there.
I'm definitely gonna wait to hear reviews when this comes out, and maybe pick it up when it drops a little bit.
I don't see myself playing that.
I can't. Neither. Yeah.
Over anything else. Like,
I'd rather play Animal Crossing or Final Fantasy.
Or Pokemon, for that matter, because when this comes out, Pokemon's going to be out.
Oh yeah, fuck that then.
So that's the point. Like,
yeah, sure. Okay.
You know, right, I try and think in, like, terms of maximizing my fun time and what I can actually do. Like, literally, what I'm going to play on handheld stuff, Pokemon. What I'm going to play on computer, Pokemon. Everything else, and Pokemon. So, you know, nothing trumps it. I don't know. So yeah, that's Ever Oasis, everyone. Now, please buy it.
Now, Josh, how'd you feel about Mario Sports?
Trying to honestly remember what it was.
Like, you got your Mario baseball back. It looks good. It looks like the original.
Oh yeah. I was intrigued.
Full online competitive.
I was genuinely intrigued. The thing is, I need to see it more. But they had the baseball, but what was the other games they had?
Baseball, soccer, tennis, golf, and the best but not least, horse
curling.
Racing.
Oh yeah.
Horse racing, not curling, you jerk.
You love curling.
I love curling.
And then it's funny because I said last time on our last podcast, I believe that the equestrian thing is the least watched Olympic sport.
Oh,
and they're
that's
like,
right.
hey,
oh my God.
And we put in the equestrian, so I'm like, oh dear God. But kind of sad they didn't do basketball. Because the Mario Hoops thing actually sold pretty well.
Yeah.
And apparently you played it?
Yeah.
Which really says something on a lot of levels for Nintendo, if you're ever listening.
All of the Mario sports games, I think I've played them all at least once. I own most of them too. Like, just the fact that Mario stuff, it makes me enjoy the game. I know you and Pete turn off, like, the star powers and whatnot in the baseball, but that's what sold me on those games to begin with. Which is it says something when that happens.
It's true.
And this looks pretty good too. Like, this looks like it would scratch the need you and Pete have for sports games.
Here's the thing, though. They have tennis. Doesn't that take away from any other tennis game that they've made? Or they're going to make, because it's kind of like all there and better, sort of? What
they said is with this game, they're trying to rid all the gimmicks and make these as sporty as possible.
Because, like, they have golf in there, so, you know.
And the last tennis game had a lot of, like, star thing, you couldn't turn those off.
Ultra Smash, whatever.
That was the Wii U version, yeah.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I thought it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Again, that's 2017. Like that, we should mention everything Woolly World and after this is all 2017 stuff.
Which again poses the question, though: is it worth it for me to really get it? We'll see. But
again, I feel like this is the bottom of the barrel for 3DS. This is everything they had in development at the time. They're pushing us out the door. When we get to NX, no one's gonna care anymore. Honestly.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued by it.
Like the fact that any of these things were new to begin with was a surprise to me. I was expecting nothing but things we'd already heard of and seen from.
True. Very true.
And they ended off with the biggest WTF in my mind. Pikmin for 3DS.
Which, I get it.
Side-scrolling puzzle game. Controlled by the stylus.
That's the problem I have. But I get it. People love the Pikmin thing, but there's never enough Pikmin stuff. So they're like, you know what? Finally, Pikmin on the go, something. But
made by the man or the company that made Yoshi's New Island,
which it's a weird connection.
Horrible game.
But it's there. I think Pikmin's a good game for what it is, but I don't have that much love for it to then be excited for this.
I love Pikmin. Just this looks so far off from the mark what I expected. And
yeah, I thought. See, that's why I thought you were going to say that this was made by Intelligent Systems. So I thought that was going to be hilarious. But
oh no!
You would have loved that if that was the case.
I would have freaked.
You would have gone off on that game. But yeah.
Like, it's interesting. Miyamoto said last year that Pikmin 4 was being worked on and it was almost done in development. And now I don't think this is Pikmin 4. So, like, if this is Pikmin 4, I'm pissed. If Pikmin 4 is still being developed and it's being pushed to NX, which I think it's going to be a launch title for NX, then amazing. I don't know how to treat this game, and they didn't show enough to make me excited or for me to hate it.
I don't know. It's just, the problem is, aside from Pokemon coming out, realistically, I'm like, what other 3DS games am I realistically getting? Nothing. Like,
I am getting the new Phoenix Wright game.
Uh-huh.
That comes out today. I am getting Pokemon Moon.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah. I'm not getting Yokai Watch 2. Team Fleshy or Team Bony. Because that's appropriate, Nintendo.
Yeah, and I don't get it. It apparently is very popular in Japanese culture, but
we have Pokemon. We don't need it.
I've looked at the game footage. I've tried to be open to it. I don't get it. I just don't get the appeal.
It looks too chaotic and too silly and a little bit too juvenile. I don't know.
Yeah, it
doesn't look bad. Just not for me.
But like, if you know what Pokemon offers, why would you go to Yokai Watch?
Because you don't know what Pokemon offers.
It's sad. Sad for that little kid on Christmas Day that's going to get Yokai Watch 2 and not get Pokemon Sun or Moon.
Mommy, why?
Mommy, what'd you do to me?
What the fuck? You can't do accents.
You know, I have a friend from law school that actually does accents really well.
Really?
Like, of almost anything, as you try and do a British, really. But,
I know, I was just saying really. I didn't do... Really?
I don't know. If you hear it back, I think you did. But,
really?
Yeah, he does it really well. And he also apparently took Korean in, like, college. I'm like, who does that? But it's interesting. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm not known for my impressions. Pete's semi-known for his impressions. Not that they're necessarily good. They're just hilarious.
They're hilarious and they're exaggerated well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I made my friend do an Indian accent because I'm like, I gotta see this. I gotta see how it compares. His was a lot more realistic, which sounded really good, but it wasn't as funny. Just because I didn't get the very inappropriate gestures and shouting of 1947 or just 47. And Curry Club and Non and whatever. But yeah. Anyway,
that's really it. That was the big 3DS Direct. We are waiting on bated breath for the NX Direct. We got to know what this thing is, what it looks like, what it's going to do, how much it costs. We need details now. It's clear the 3DS has nothing for us this year besides Pokemon Sun and Moon, which we'll be talking about in a second. But
the amount of game explain analysis of almost nothing of information about the NX. It's ridiculous how much I've listened to that.
Yeah,
but it's all speculation. No one knows anything.
Did you watch any of their 2-hour Zelda one?
I tuned out way too fast.
I listened to the entire thing.
I was like, I don't care enough. Like,
all I have to say is
they were like, this bridge is matching this bridge, which was in this bridge. I'm like, oh my god.
They tried being thorough, but I feel like they could have done that in like 20 minutes. That did not need to be 2 hours.
I'm like, I like Zelda games and all that, but I can't.
And
I just can't.
The last 30 minutes is like, we think that this location's over here, and from this angle,
that's what I'm saying.
Here.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. Like, I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Like, I don't like that. Doesn't help me with the game at all. That like that's not explaining anything. That's part of the. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love those guys so much, but my god,
Derek's getting the fame going to his head. Come on, Derek, pull it together.
Where's Andre?
Which one's the one? I don't remember who's who anymore. I just say the name, but they all sound the same. Except, I give credit. I think I might have said on here when they had the one thing with the Mr. Chug the Conroys.
Yeah,
I give him credit. I liked what he said.
Yeah, no, Chuck O'Connor knows his shit on Pokemon.
I just hate that username.
Yeah.
But I think he did a nice job.
Also, when they get Sarah B. Joe on, I love that.
Oh, he's fantastic.
I love that man.
That man has literally changed the way that people do Pokemon.
Yeah. It's
incredible.
He's so sincere about it, too. You can tell in his voice.
And isn't he basically our age?
Oh?
Slightly older?
I think slightly older, yeah.
But, like, he's not, like, 35. Like...
But, like, I don't know, because I remember him, like, owning... I remember, like, going on Cerebi when I was young.
True.
I'm going to look this up 1 second.
What's his name, like Joe Melnick or something?
How old is Cerebi Joe?
Joe Melnick?
Joe Merrick.
Merrick?
Oh, yeah, he looks our age. My God, damn, he's done more with his life than me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks young. Really young, actually.
Well, okay, he was born in 1986.
Okay.
Okay, so he's 30.
All right.
But, you know, it's not like he's 40. I don't know, like, but he's relatively young. I don't know. It's impressive for what he's done. I mean, Cerebi came out, what, like, 99, I was reading? Or was I reading that wrong?
If it's that far, yeah, because they were reporting on gold and silver back in the day.
Yeah, 99. So
Crazy.
He was 13.
Wow.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. I mean, granted, probably the website did not look anything where it is.
You can go back and see what it looked like, and it was like nothing, but
still, the fact to do it and be the leading guy on it, like, I give him a lot of credit.
Yeah. We say all that to move on into our Pokemon segment.
Yeah.
So Nintendo had another Pokemon drop on, what was it, Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah. And then they had a later one too on the same day, which was bizarre.
No, they didn't.
What?
You mean
Samson?
That was last night.
That was last night?
Yeah.
I've had really long days. Like, I'm telling, I don't know. Wow. Okay, that's yesterday. All right. Well, either way, so they announced stuff. So 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just go through this as quick as we can without vomiting. I'll be up front.
Okay. Well, I think honestly, I'm more positive about it than you. But
here's the thing: over the past couple of days, I'm getting better. It's sitting better and better with me. Even like back when we saw Bruxish, and I was like, Bruxish. I love Bruxish now.
See, and I was more open to that from the start too. Yeah.
But with all this rubbed me such the wrong way at first, and now it's slowly like, get in me. Like, I want it.
Wow. Well, I was going to equate it to getting a nice massage, and then the fact that it was
by Lily.
You know, it hurts, but you know it means well. But yeah, I heard your line there on the UB01 meaning Lily, and then based on your previous statements, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. First things first. Alolan Raticate.
So we were talking about it over text and stuff. Like, wouldn't it be cool? Like, you have this like mobster-looking little thug Rattata,
like a Godfather kind of type.
What if you have like a Don Panada Raticate?
We got pretty close.
It's close, except the man just got out of wisdom teeth surgery. So the problem is that
okay,
it's true.
He's nice and fat, which I like. They put too much fat in his cheeks.
Yes.
That makes his teeth look ridiculous, and he doesn't look as dignified. I was hoping like he would have like his hair slicked back, or like some kind of like it almost looked like the dark fur looked like a coat on him, or like a suit.
Yeah, I mean, but it kind of makes sense because in the lore now, apparently the fact that Rattatas are now in the city is like accepted, and these Raticates are now like desired because of their food preferences. So it's basically Ratatouille. Well, so
it kind of is, yeah. The Raticate himself he controls the other Rattatas, and he sends them out to steal food for him. So the Rattatas are out stealing food. You know, this Raticate doesn't move and just eats all day.
Yeah.
But because he eats so much, he has such a good palate that chefs will take Raticate with them to like the market, and so they'll sniff out only the best ingredients for food.
Is that why a lot of chefs are very fat?
Yeah. There's actually a book called Never Trust a Skinny Chef.
Huh.
Because
but Bobby Flay.
If a chef isn't... Well, yeah, but usually if chefs aren't tasting their food, they're not doing their job.
True.
Then they're not always fat, but that is usually a contingency.
Yeah, I just don't like how it was distributed to his cheeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it should first go to his thighs, then he blows up. But,
You're okay.
but, I don't know. The design could have been better, but I'm not going to get too picky.
I mean, it's Raticate. Like, the fact that he got in the Alolan form is cool, but I'm not like...
Exactly.
I'm
never going to use him.
Yeah, neither am I.
I mean, because then I was like, ooh, maybe he has cool ability. No. So...
Like, the only Alolan form...
I give him credit, though. They gave him Gluttony, which makes sense because of the food lore thing. So I was like, I see what you did there, Game Freak.
Didn't they also give him the one where higher level Pokemon show up?
What? They gave him Hustle, I thought was the other one.
Yeah, doesn't Hustle make higher level Pokemon show up in the wild?
Heh.
Am I wrong on that?
I was not aware of that effect. You're right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
It's a good way of grinding. You get a Hustle out in front, get out some higher levels, and then fight.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're hustling. You do it better because you're working for it.
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Never thought about it.
Again, I thought it was just nice that he had that ability, because if you have like a Mafia type Pokemon, he's hustling.
I mean, I also like the Gluttony thing because that makes sense just with food and whatnot. Because the whole point is that's with berries. So the fact you eat the berries, it has better effects.
He's so damn fat.
Well, not better effects, but it activates quicker.
Okay.
So, but
yeah.
So it's technically like a niche thing, but not competitive. It's like it can help you out in the game, like playing. Like I'm gonna catch them, but
you gotta catch them all.
Yeah, but like, oh well, I'm not gonna use them. But cool. Here's the thing where, oh boy, now. I don't necessarily have a problem with the design because I understand the lore and I understand the whole, we want to make a godlike Pokemon, so we're going to take best aspects from whatever.
Love the design. Design is fine.
Now, it's funny because we were getting on the whole thing about Tapu Koko, 2 names, whatever. Then we were like, oh, Mr. Mime was Junior, whatever.
There's tons of things like that, yeah.
But this is
I draw the line at a colon.
This is, well, see... For alligators, also shortened because it's TR at the end. But type null, which I have to agree. I don't want to sound generic, but I did also think, like other people have been saying, that it was a new type.
That's exactly what I thought.
Which I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I looked at it, I'm like, no, that's the name of the Pokemon. And then I was like, oh.
Like, can you imagine a null type that had no weaknesses, but at the same time had no effectiveness as well?
Yeah,
it just did base damage across the board?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't put much thought into it, but I thought it would just be an interesting wrinkle that maybe wasn't needed, but kind of cool. But then I was looking, I'm like, wait, it's a normal type Pokemon, which, by the way, I'm like... a big fan of normal type Pokemon, apparently, which I didn't realize initially, but I love everything about it. It's just the name. I don't like the name. Type null.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get the background. I get why it's that name because of their creation, and it basically didn't work as they wanted it to, so it's like type null. But like, call it null. I don't know. Don't call it type null.
Just null would be a cool name. Like null. It's scary. It's threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the name, I'm really hoping it's a placeholder name, or like they can't name this Pokemon yet, because part of the mystery...
But you saw a trainer with it.
Yeah, so... but they never showed the name in battle.
Did they not?
They did not.
I don't know.
I love the design, though. It's based off like a chimera, and I was texting you earlier, it's definitely some Full Metal Alchemist shit going on here.
It's true.
Because the helmet that it has on its head that contains its power and makes it able to be controlled,
yes,
that's the Judgment Ring of Arceus around his head.
Correct. And it has a Mega Gyarados tail.
Mega Gyarados tail. Has, purple Zygarde legs from his 10% form.
Mm-hmm.
He has, like, dragon claws. Almost like, what's that? Drapion? No. Who's that?
Druddigan?
Druddigan, yeah, Druddigan.
Hmm.
He's, like, on all fours, kind of like the mythical, like, beasts, like Entei and them.
Mm-hmm. I like all of it. I just the name is interesting.
Yeah, and if they can explain the name with more lore in the story to make me like it, then I'm fine.
I don't know, it's just kind of annoying. But as it is, its ability isn't that good. Is battle armor? I don't think battle armor is that good.
I think there's more to this thing than... Because isn't Arceus normal type?
Yeah.
I think that this thing is going to have every type. Like Arceus, but not legendary.
Maybe.
Because that was a really cool, like, yes, you can say it's gimmicky that he's every type.
Mm-hmm.
But he got banned because legendary lull to begin with.
Well, he has the highest base stats in the game.
Yeah, so make a Pokemon that's not the highest base stats and give him that
Yeah, no, I get it. Also, battle armor, literally, it prevents the opponent from landing a crit, which
boo.
You can't really use that well.
Yeah,
so.
Not to your advantage anyway.
But, yeah, so enough about him. It's interesting. We'll see normal type, though, for now. But he's also type null. So this one, then...
Okay, the name... this name didn't offend me. Like, after type null, everything else was like, okay, not as bad as type null. Not as bad as type null. Jangmo-O.
I think it's Jangmo-O.
Jangmo-O. Fuck me-o.
I would have preferred if it was an apostrophe. It's a dash. It's a hyphen.
It doesn't... It just... Get rid of the dash O. Just call it Jangmo.
Jangmo-O.
Jangmo-O.
I don't...
Momo. Moo.
The sad thing is, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's basically a fossil Pokemon.
You think it's a fossil Pokemon?
I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love, like, the little heart thing on its head.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like they took Cranidos and put the heart logo on its face or head. If you know what Cranidos looks like.
Oh, yeah, I do.
It evolves into Rampardos. I can literally see it being that very similar. So I could see it as a fossil. But I fully support that. I'd be fine with that. Looks cool. Don't remember its abilities, actually, but...
I believe that he had bulletproof and soundproof. Two very interesting combination there.
I like soundproof. Soundproof is very niche, but very good.
Good against like Parish Song.
Who uses Parish Song?
Okay, moving on.
It's good against substitute teams because soundproof means that all moves go through those things. Mm-hmm. So, but it's great.
Yeah, but he looks like he's going to be our 3 level dragon. Like he's like our Dratini Dragon or Dragonite of this generation, I feel like.
Maybe. If he's a fossil, no.
Well, he's pure dragon type, and usually fossils have a rock type or ground type, right?
Oh, okay, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So, okay, most likely not a fossil then.
Yeah.
But,
he looks cute, though. I like him. He's like, he looks scrappy.
I could dig it. It's good.
Yep. Then when they showed the Faticate, next we have, okay, this was something that I hated at first, but now I love. Again, like all this stuff, it took me a while to warm up to. Sun and Moon are set 12 hours apart. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to feel about that one. I get the idea behind it, but the whole point with the time of day thing is that it's accurate to the time of day, and you can literally be like, "Oh boy, 3 a.m." and then catch like a hoot hoot.
Well,
like
here's the thing: they both still sync to the in-game clock. Pokemon Sun is to your in-game clock no matter what. Moon is just set 12 hours ahead.
Yeah, but it messes up kind of if you're planning on getting certain Pokemon at certain times.
Yeah, but think of it this way: by 6 p.m. our time, if we're playing Moon, it's 6 a.m. in the game. So by the time I get home from work, it's morning.
That'll be me waking up. Yep. But I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I'll put it that way.
Well, they stress to say this is because Sun and Moon are taking place in 2 different universes. And I think that's going to be a major part of the game. They already established separate universes in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire with the Delta mission and all that. and the fact that there's another, like the whole Ruby and Sapphire game that we played originally, that is another universe where this universe has the Primal Evolution stuff.
True. I mean, Futurama did make a good episode about this dimension thing with the boxes. So, yeah. I've got faith.
And I think that we're going to see these two worlds. I think that with the Ultra Beast inclusion, we're going to see the whole idea of other universes play a major part as well.
What's your thought of this Ultra Beast nonsense?
We will get there in a minute. We still have some more stuff to talk about.
Fine.
But yeah, 12 hours apart, different, and they also show different things, like in Sun, the totem Pokemon you first encounter is going to be a young Goose, where in Moon it's going to be a little Eradicate.
You mean a gum shoes?
Oh, yeah, gum shoes, right.
I have gum on my shoes, yes.
Next, we were introduced to the Aether Foundation.
Woo! Honestly, I never had a problem with it from the beginning. I thought it was kind of a cool concept.
Yep, it's basically the good team to combat Team Skull's actions.
Yeah, which they also may or may not have an Ultra Beast as one of their people.
Do you want to just like dive into the theory stuff right now? Because
Woo!
Okay. I fully believe that Team Aether is the main villain of the game.
What happened to your statement of the good guy?
What do you mean?
You were just like the good group of the game.
Because that's how they're being introduced to us. But
yes.
Just looking at them, I don't trust them.
Are you saying that because it looks like that old guy looks like he was a former member of Team Flare? Because I think so.
Who, Faba?
Yeah. He looks like that executive that was part of Team Flare.
He does look evil, and the glasses and the weird glove. And like,
so I was like,
here's the thing. Everything we've seen with Team Skull is definitely not good. They are definitely bad guys. They seem like they're just like, they don't seem like they have like a plan. They seem like they're just like fooling around, making graffiti. Yo, it's your boy Guzma here.
Nice.
And like Guzma talked to Kukui, and like Guzma wasn't good enough to make part of the island challenge, so he's gonna like break tradition and like get back. Like, they're not doing good stuff here. But then Team Aether, they come out and they say that their sole reason is to stop Team Skull and to take care of the Pokemon that Team Skull injures. And the main girl, let me get her name right, Lusamine. She says she wants to love all Pokemon from no matter where they are, from our world or the next. Mm-hmm. From distant worlds or far from the Alola region are worthy of my love, she says. Mm-hmm. Then we're going right into the Ultra Beast. Then we're introduced to the Ultra Beast here, which they have not said it's a Pokemon. I'm assuming it's a Pokemon.
Almost has to be.
It almost has to be, but they just Ultra Beast. And in the Japanese trailer, we see our trainer, the leader of Team Aether, and the rival show up as this thing, UB01, is tearing a hole into our dimension and appearing. And they mention in the Pokemon website how this thing is a threat to Alola, how like everyone fears this thing. It's a big, big, bad thing. Now, it's all white, just like Aether, and there's comparisons online that it looks like Lily. If you look at the head, it's the hat, it has the bangs, it has the hair, it has the arms, it has the legs, and it has the movement of a young girl. And we all know that Lily has a secret. So there's some connection between this thing and Lily, it looks like. I don't think it is Lily. I think it copied Lily's like appearance and form, because it's made out of a soft glass-like material. It's constantly changing. So, like, I wonder if, like, it imprinted on Lily and, like, took her form.
It's like a Smeargle kind of deal.
Because if this is a Pokemon, I can't imagine it being Lily and then us capturing Lily. You know what I mean?
That's sort of wrong on some levels.
Yeah, but we can capture girls now.
Hey, but...
So...
I don't know, like... It's just weird, though, because Ultra Beast, it's got that in the name, and it's the whole UB abbreviation.
I'm almost certain that's not its name. If that's the name, UB01, then I take everything I say about type null back.
But, I don't know, I feel like... I don't know, if they're put in the game, it's weird, because it's like, they're gonna be, like, pseudo-legendaries, because... Do
you think they'll be I think we might even be able to catch these things. I think they might just be bosses for us to battle.
Oh, that'd be depressing. I'd want to catch it.
Like, think like the Marowak from Red and Blue.
Valid. I don't know. I mean, even if they're caught, though, like, they're gonna be... They're legendary Pokemon, basically, because you can only get the one, I'd assume. Like, you're not gonna go in the grass and be like, hey, I found a UB1. But, I don't know. I feel like then they're just gonna be so broken, because they're called Ultra Beasts. Like, they're not even gonna get play. I don't know. It just doesn't seem necessary to me.
Yeah. Again, it seems to be...
Because, like, on top of this, they still have Solgaleo and Lunala.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't need the Ultra Beast. I don't know. It's there. Because then they're also going to work in Zygarde. So, what do I need this for? Now, it's almost like I do hope that they're like the Marowak thing. It's like... They don't need to be caught.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We've only seen like two. We've only seen technically the two legendaries on the cover art, and then we're gonna have 4 Island Guardians, Tapu Koko and the other 3. So we're already at 6 legendaries there. Add the Ultra Beasts, and we have no idea how many Ultra Beasts there are. If there's 1 per island, that's another 4.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, oh well. We'll see. But yeah, so your theory that they're bad, I have no position on it just yet.
Then my theory carries over more too, because they're all about like making, like, they look like very like high tech, very scientific, very like on the cutting edge of Pokemon development and whatnot. Like Fob even says, this is an artificial island made entirely by human technology for the protection of Pokemon. So okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to harken back to almost like Gen 5 with that kind of theory of the fact that it's almost like they want to protect Pokemon, but in reality, it's kind of like destroying Pokemon at the same time.
Well, I think Team Aether made Type Null.
I could see that.
Like, they showed that trainer Gladion is using Type Null. I don't picture Type Null being a Pokemon found in the wild. You know what I mean?
True.
I feel Type Null being like a Lapras that's given to us after we beat Gladion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see... That makes perfect sense. I don't see how a Type Null...
How there can be multiple of them in the wild.
It starts off as a little Type Null with a helmet. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But
yeah.
And though people were like, oh, maybe there's a Mega for Type Null, and then it actually turns into something that's not Null. It's like Type Full. It's like, but
then
I don't know.
We're introduced to Gladion here, who uses Type Null, and one thing that's been pointed out a lot, his hairstyle, along with Lily's hairstyle and the team leader of Aether's hairstyle, all very, very similar.
Correct.
I'm almost convinced that they're all siblings.
Or they're all the Ultra Beasts.
Oh, maybe that... No, because... maybe. I have no idea.
They have the same hair, but...
Just the fact that Gladion has no Team Skull emblem anywhere on his costume. And remember they made a point of saying in one of the past videos that Team Skull needs to buy their own costumes? Like
okay.
They made a thing like they have to buy their own uniforms and costumes. And he has no skull or any kind of logo on him. It almost feels like he was part of Team Aether, caught his sister making like Type Null, like Abomination, like this Chimera like Pokemon, decides, here, come with me, I'll set you free, we'll take down my sister and her evil organization, and like joins Team Skull, because Team Skull is opposed to Team Aether.
Yeah, I could see it. That's actually pretty good. The only other thing I was going to say on that was that I could see it almost like an N situation from Gen 5.
Yep, absolutely.
So, more of just like that loner independent whatever.
And Gladion has this line, you know you can't beat me, you'll just get your Pokemon hurt for no reason. That line just seems like he cares about the well-being of the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like N. Yeah. That's literally what N was about. Yeah. Where he had this vision of Pokemon that all of a sudden his whole team like distorted, and he was like, I can't do this. The only other thing I was going to say on the Ultra Beasts and all this stuff was that it reminds me of Attack on Titan, and it got me semi-scared.
Oh, because like the code names and the special typing?
No, the fact that if Lily is UB1,
like they have a
they're the Titan or whatever, and I'm like,
That's
oh my god, like,
I don't think Lily is the UBO
I know,
one, but there
but
is a connection.
it makes me think of that with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I love Attack on Titan for the anime that it is, but that thing still scares me to death whenever I watch it. I don't do well with that, but yeah. Anyway,
Next up we have something that I think confirms Kalos.
Hyukumuku.
No, the return of Dexio and what's her name? Syria?
Who in the world? Those people that looked like
Cena.
they were.
Dexio and Cena, yeah.
Did not know those were people in any other game.
In X and Y, they're Professor Sycamore's assistants that throughout the entire game they keep giving you stuff, and every now and then they show up in their superhero costumes.
In X and Y?
Yeah.
Superhero costumes.
Those two like Power Ranger like people that show up
Where in
around.
the world was I in that game?
Look it up right now. Look up X and Y, Cena and I forget his name. Cena and Dexio. They're chibi though, so they look again like it's nice seeing their
Cena
and Dexio.
Dexio. What the heck is that? It's got an afro. Oh, it's sort of similar. Okay. I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's definitely them. In the thing, they say their names, so.
Yeah, I could see it. No, you're right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, but
yeah. So they're from Kalos, and they're here looking for Zygarde cells. Now, from what we know from the anime and from the other forms we've seen, that in total there are 4 Zygarde cores and like 1,000 cells, probably more.
Yeah. So basically, they're taking the whole. It looks like they're adding questing to a new level where there's almost this whole entire side story quest to basically build Zygarde.
Yeah.
In a sense.
And the 4 cores are the red core, blue core, white core, orange core, and the cells make up the rest of the body.
So it's actually pretty interesting because that's a decent way of connecting it back to Kalos, because based on the anime now, it was like showing how these Zygarde cells are kind of all scattered, and now you're literally doing it yourself and collecting them. So I kind of like it, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and this will also help determine. Remember, they showed off the forms, and we were like, "How does it decide between like a 15% form and a 10%
It's how many
form?
you've
It's how many cells
collected.
you got," which is a cool mechanic.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see that. And his shirt is amazing, with the Alolan Executor on the shirt.
Oh,
I want that shirt.
Oh God, you would probably find it somewhere.
Yep.
Okay.
And last but not least, Pokemon Snap is back.
I got one more after this, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we have 2 more things actually. Then.
Yeah. So Pokemon Snap, man. Okay, it was kind of weird though, because she like went up to a hole in the fence and was like, "Oh, look at the little Pikachu." But
well, your Rotom Dex tells you when you're in a good picture taking spot. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of cool. How much am I really going to use it? Hardly.
Yeah, same. It's like basically this version's like Pokemon and me. Kind of like looking at the Pokemon, interacting with them a little bit, taking a picture, sharing it on Miiverse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. For them to pull it off successfully with that kind of stuff, like, it's just got to be make Pokemon Snap. Like, the focus has to be on the pictures. This is like, honestly, hey, you could do pictures.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they were testing the waters with this game to make a full-on Pokemon Snap. Because imagine playing a Pokemon Snap 2 set in the Alola region on an NX.
That would actually be fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, in the Japanese trailer, we saw Cutie Fly's evolution.
What?
In the Japanese trailer, for a split second, they accidentally revealed Cutie Fly's evolution.
What?
Yeah. You on Cerebi?
I'm going.
Go to Cerebi and scroll down a little bit, and it says possible new Pokemon. Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Oh, that's interesting.
More humanoid form. It has a little scarf, kind of like Mikasa.
Mikasa, Sukasa.
Shut up.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Right? I like it. It's a good evolution.
And that makes it look like it's got one more.
Yep.
Livani. I swear it's going to have that effect. It's going to be cool looking, but will not be useful at all.
Yeah, probably.
But
so that,
I can dig it.
That's cool. And then we got another video last night, like basically a sizzle reel of everything they showed off so far.
Which
and
we can agree that the way it was put together, very nice.
Beautiful. I nearly shed a tear. Nearly. But towards the end, they showed a man who looked very much like Professor Oak, but a Lowland form.
Which I showed you, and you were like, what?
I was in disbelief.
Yeah, you thought I found some fan art.
It looked like fan art.
I know.
But today, the Pokemon Company revealed in the U.S. that this is not Professor Oak. This is his cousin, Samson Oak. Unlike Professor Samuel Oak.
Which, it's really funny, because it literally looks like they just took Professor Oak, gave him a Billy Ray Cyrus haircut, and made him very dark.
Very dark.
That's it. Like, I was like, okay.
And he's not a professor, he's a Pokemon researcher, and he's researching the Alolan forms for his cousin.
It runs in the family, you know?
Yeah.
But,
awesome callback. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. I don't have any problems with it. I just think it's funny. But, like,
the only thing that
it makes sense
is if they show his nephew, who's a Alolan version of Blue.
And they call him Cyan. Oh, it's a girl. Aqua. I don't know. But yeah.
Larry Oak.
Yes. But, oh yeah, it's true. I was going off the Blue thing, but
yeah, well,
you're going more off the actual anime one, which probably is better.
Makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm ready for Mr. Samson to tell me about Alolan forms. I just like how he says, he doesn't say my name is, but he says, I'm Oak, pause, Samson Oak.
The name's Oak. Samson Oak.
Yeah, I was like, I see what you did there. Okay.
I picture him having like Tito's voice from Rocket Power.
I can't see that.
Hey, little brother, I'm Oak. Samson Oak. That's Jamaican.
I can see him more as Raymundo.
Okay.
Do you not know who that is?
I know, I can't see it.
That's Raymundo.
Yeah.
I'm your man, Steve Harvey. I could see that.
Oh my god.
I'm your man, Oak. Samson Oak. Put it on the ball. All right, but
show me a little Rattata.
Yeah. You know what's really funny, Family Feud, sometimes where you ever watch it with Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
So like sometimes when people give like the worst answer when there's two strikes, he literally just starts walking to the other side already, to the other family. He just gives this look to the guy who said it, and then kind of just points up there and just starts walking. It's hilarious. I love it. He does a great job, actually.
He does.
Yeah, so that's the Pokemon news.
Yeah. How do you feel about it all?
The fact that they're revealing this much, I'm kind of frightened.
You see, I still feel like they haven't revealed anything. Because here's the thing. So through a little like deduction and whatnot, they've confirmed in like the trailer, the sizzle reel, that each of the island challenges, like the leaders, they're each going to teach you a Z move.
Yes.
Now we've discussed in the past that there are 16 types, meaning at least 16 Z moves, minus the special ones that certain Pokemon learn. So 4 islands, 16 types, blah, blah, blah. 4 island leaders, island challengers on each one. They're all different type. You're going to have to battle all of them. Here's the thing. You have to probably have to battle them to even like start their challenge. Like, okay, you proved yourself. Now let's start the challenge. And then at the end, after you beat the totem Pokemon, you did great. Here, instead of giving you like a TM, like they might still give you a TM, here, take the Z move pose.
They'll teach you the pose or whatever.
Yep, which makes sense. We have Mega Evolutions finally confirmed, which is crazy.
Do we?
According, it's a bit of a stretch, but a bunch of promo toys came out for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and one of the toys is a golden Mega Glalie.
Okay.
And it's the only Mega Pokemon in that set of toys. So people are saying because for some reason a golden version of Mega Glalie is being shown, then
I guess
confirmed.
Okay. Oh well, the only thing I forgot to mention, which you kind of touched upon it, we didn't get a chance to speak about on here. The whole they're doing a promotion when the game comes out. If you get it before mid-January, you get a Munchlax holding
a special.
Right. We didn't
even talk about that.
You get a special Snorlax Z move.
Pulverizing Pancake.
Yeah, so you evolve your Munchlax into Snorlax, you have it holding that thing, and it gets that Pulverizing Pancake thing where it has this sleeping animation and then almost more of a death stare than the villager joining the fight. And this thing just runs like a train and just then jumps on you doing a belly flop.
That's it's a butt slam. It's a full-on pancake.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He goes straight up and straight down. Yeah,
so that's gonna hurt. But yeah. So it's funny because there's always those progressions where it's like Snorlax over the years. And it's 2014, finally when he stood up or something. And then 2016, so mad and just sprinting. It's oh my god.
I love it. I love it. Honestly, it's amazing. And they also confirmed that we didn't talk about Pokemon the World Championships at all, but they confirmed a new type of Pokemon card called the GX type. And the first promo card in Japan, anyway, for Sun and Moon is a Snorlax GX, which his GX move is the Pulverizing Pancake. And on the card, it has him with the eyes all freaking out.
Yeah, it's great.
It's amazing.
But yeah.
How many more days, Josh? How many more days until this game comes out?
Just a little over 2 months.
So and we're getting a demo next month too.
I heard about that.
And it's gonna be playable at New York Comic Con.
Doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
But I'm ready, man.
I'm so ready. All right,
yeah.
We've been going for nearly 3 hours now, so I think this is a good time to end it off here.
Yeah, for anyone that stuck with us, I hope that you listened in parts, because
if you stuck all the way through, use hashtag pancake in the comments down below.
What? Yeah, okay, we can't change it now.
Yep, hashtag pancakes in the comments down below if you made it the entire way.
Or if you cheated and skipped to the end and heard that, still type it anyway, because we value your comments.
We do.
We are by no means discouraging commenting. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Joshy? No idea when our next episode is going to be. Probably once the NX news drops will be our next one, or the next Pokemon news drops. Otherwise, me and Josh are going to be busy for a while, I think.
You?
Well, you, but...
yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for this NX to drop, man.
Yeah. They need to drop this like a hot deuce.
Wow. But... yeah, it's exciting. Sort of.
It's a whole new world we live in. Pokemon
Yeah. I'm done. Man, I just want to talk about IHOP tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm done.
Thank you for listening to the JK Podcast. Until next time, I've been Ken O'Connor.
I'm Josh Brandon.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya.